What is happening, everybody? It's Pass the Gravy, episode 403. Alex, Pat, and Bobby back again. And Bobby, welcome to the beginning of the podcast.
Thank you. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I almost could have not been here today either, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah, I guess we will get into that later. Robert is now going to be our new courtroom analyst, but we'll get to that at a different time. But yeah, Robert joining us in the very beginning of the pod. Now he's been doing the little like, hey guys, I got a meeting.
Got a thing.
Wink, wink. Wink, wink. I'm definitely not hanging out, just grabbing lunch or anything. No, but yeah, Robert back to start the pod. Pat was having a little audio thing in the very beginning, but it looks like we're back.
Literally the second we start, something fucks up.
Remember a couple of weeks ago when you tried to blame it on the website we were using and then just continued to be the only one having issues? I remember that.
I don't know what's going on. Like, I think Comcast is trying to fuck with me and like, hey, let's keep screwing up his internet to try and make him pay more.
I mean, that's a bold strategy on their part.
Because for weeks and weeks and weeks, it was never an issue unless there was bad weather outside. And then out of nowhere, it just decides it wants to fuck with me again. So not cool, Comcast. Fuck you, Comcast.
Really not cool. We got a fun podcast, I feel like, today. We're going to talk about some fun, like the return of Kevin James, American Gladiators. We're going to relive those days. We'll teach young Robert about that. We're going to answer your questions, tell you guys what's not cool, talk about some of your not cools for the week. And then we're going to do a mock draft of Johnsons. This week. The best Johnsons in our opinion, I guess. So that'll be a heated one, I feel like, when we get into that. But let's start with the pre-comeback kids segment, the pre-cum segment. I just wanted to point out, I watched the Hunger Games this weekend. It was one of those, like, you ever just like, you get sucked into like a movie marathon? I know you said you watched Harry Potter a couple weeks back. And it's like, Hunger Games was on. They had a marathon of the weekend. So I was like, I watched the first two of those. And I was like, oh, that's sick. And I remembered a couple of years ago, I saw the Hunger Games for the first time. I was like, this is a pretty good movie. Like, what's up with this? And they only aired like the first two. And I was like, what the fuck happens after that? And so we just bought the collection, like all four of them, on iTunes, and I was like, all right, well, now I have them. And Emma and I realized that, so then we just quit watching it on TV, and we were able to watch it over the weekend. And I was like, I think I might like Hunger Games more than Harry Potter. I've only watched it 2 times maybe, and I've watched Harry Potter definitely more, but it's like I kind of like the concept of like all the Hunger Games stuff a little bit more. I know we're talking some young adult fiction, a little young adult fiction chat, a little book talk to start the pod. But have you seen the Hunger Games, either of you? I know Robert's seen 10 movies, but I didn't know if that was one of them.
Not only have I seen it, I agree with you.
You do?
The Harry Potter movies are really good too, and there's more of them.
He agrees with him. I don't believe that. I have seen the Hunger Games. I do not care about them. I probably will never go back and rewatch them because that's the first time watching them. I didn't like any of them. I did watch all of them because I read the books first, and I just wanted to see the movies, but I was not a big fan. Yeah, maybe the first one, but then after that, didn't care.
Well, I don't know what it is. Like, I really like the idea of like futuristic shit where it's like, okay, everything's falling apart. We had to rebuild. Like that game Fallout. I was really into that game Fallout 4 when that came out. And it's like nuclear wasteland. You got to rebuild. Like the whole concept of it was super interesting to me. And then to be like, wait, they just throw fucking kids and make them fight each other to death. Like, what? I'm here for that. Let's go. And then like fighting against the Capitol and all that shit. And it's like, it's also, Jennifer Lawrence. So like, I'm not going to complain about that ever. And then what's the dude that dated Miley Cyrus? I can't remember, but it was
Liam Hemsworth.
Yep. Like, which is, I like seeing it the second time. I was like, I completely forgot she kind of had like 2 boyfriends the entire series, which was kind of sick for Katniss, but like,
I like
do some shit. She needed some help.
Me and my brother fight about this a lot during that because I'm like, fuck PETA. Like, fuck that dude. He was a little pussy bitch the whole time. And I can't remember the Hemsworth guy's name.
Hunger Games, so
Katniss carried his ass through the Hunger Games. Like he helped,
I would disagree.
he helped her with this guy, but at the end, like she would have killed him. He sucks. He sucks. He gets captured. He's always sucks. He's a whiny little bitch. She should have been with the other guy the whole time. Like I get it. She liked PETA. It should have just been as a friend because he was a good guy. But like the fact that they were like even competing for who she loved, that was dumb. It was real dumb.
Yeah, it was. And like as a gambler, as I've watched it, like I'm definitely more into gambling. And then it was like, that'd be kind of sick to like bet on that. I mean, it's a terrible thing that happens, but it's like if it was a thing, you'd be like, I'm probably gonna throw some coin on some of these people, like probably some District 1 or 2 people, you know, just because they seem like they're good at it. But
Katniss must have made so many people like from District 12. What a long shot she was. She had to be like, she had to be like plus 8,000 minimum.
But she tested well in the prelims, so I would assume her odds are a little bit good. The people that didn't watch the Hunger Games, if you want to just skip 2 minutes, like you're good, we get you. But I don't know. I really like Harry Potter. I've read the Harry Potter books, not to brag, twice like in my life, like once in school and then once when I got a little bit older. But like I've read the Harry Potter books multiple times. I've never read the Hunger Games. I've seen the movies now twice or whatever. But like I went to that. It was like where I liked the movies so much that I was like, what happens after? Like what did they do? How did they fix this? How did it get to it? Like, and I was like Googling shit. And then I found like the subreddit and I was like, thank God there's a subreddit for the Hunger Games. And I'm that guy now. I'm the Hunger Games subreddit guy. So I'm just reading alternative theories as to what happened and shit like that. And I was like, I think I like it more than Harry Potter.
I remember looking up a map for it just so I could see which district Texas was in. So I knew which one would be my favorite district.
I think Texas was gone.
No, like part of northern Texas would still be there, I think. Like a lot of
Hunger Games is like North Carolina.
No, Hunger Games covers.
I mean, District 12 is like North Carolina. I mean,
yeah, because it's like the Appalachians, but I mean, it stretches all the way to like maybe not all the way to California, but it spans the entire country.
Yeah, but I was like, well, how did the country get that way? That's what I want to know, yo.
Nuclear war.
Like, make a movie about that shit.
Nuclear war.
And they made a prequel book. She wrote, the lady Suzanne Collins, I think, wrote a book about the like the president guy from the Hunger Games. Like it was his like his like Anakin Skywalker story. Which is kind of, I mean, I read the book, and by read the book, I mean I looked up the Wikipedia synopsis of it, so I get the gist of it. But I mean, it saved me so much time. Also, like I don't want to read a whole book. What do I look like a nerd? But like I don't know. I was really into it, and I'm glad that you agreed. I thought we were gonna have like more of an argument about it, but I think the Hunger Games are better than Harry Potter.
I think we're gonna get a lot of pushback on this, but
I do too, and that's kind of why I brought it in. I knew it was an unpopular opinion. I felt like, but it's like I don't know. There's more like death and shit, and it's like yeah, I guess there's magic and stuff, but like all the names, like Jabberjay, like all the names of the animals, that's cool.
And I saw both as an adult.
I want a Jabberjay. That sounds badass.
I want the technology.
Yeah, like Harry Potter's got magic, which is sick, but it's like I don't know. It's the dystopian future part of it, I think, that really got me in on that.
Yeah.
And the murder.
Like,
what would you do in a Hunger Games? I would die immediately. I would die so fast.
Yeah, it's the child murder for me that does it the most. Watching really kids die. It's really funny to me. I thought it was a great comedy. It's like Hangover.
Woody Harrelson is pretty great in it. Woody Harrelson's pretty great in it.
Dude, Lenny Kravitz is awesome in there too.
Yeah, what is it? His name's like Sierra.
I don't know the names.
All of them had like super weird first names.
The best character in all of them though is Stanley Tucci, the fucking TV show host. Ha ha!
Oh yeah.
I have best.
Fancy hair. Look at me. And it's like, you're talking about.
Is there a romance brewing? Ha ha! And you're like, what the fuck is this guy on?
It's like, they're going into an arena where they have to kill people tomorrow. What are you doing talking about this stuff? They make it like a pageant. It's like, why is it a pageant of murder?
I hope you don't die. Now show us your dress.
Honestly, though, like, if you want, I know that the ratings have gotten lower for these like Miss America pageants and stuff. Like, do we add a Hunger Games element of it? Obviously, they would volunteer for it. It wouldn't be a forced upon lottery thing, but it's like, you want to go for Miss Universe, you got to win Miss America first. And Miss America, you also have to like kill the other states. There's 50 states, 50 winners of their state, and then it's just let's go.
I've got an idea. Hunger Games MMA. We put them in a confined area in the woods.
It's like a battle royale. Like
And it's a battle. You either have to get knocked out or tapped, and last one standing wins. Now, you can hide in the woods. You can form
not
groups.
murder. So it's more civil.
Yeah, not murder. Not murder. Like
Right.
you can't like pick up
murder
a
on this
branch.
podcast.
You can't pick up a branch and hit someone with it. But like, I mean, if
Or
you get
could you?
thrown into a tree, you get thrown into a tree. Like that's just part of the fighting arena. But you can't use the tree as a weapon.
Well, I'd like to think of like real people, like regular people fight, like models fighting in a wrestling ring or an octagon. Like that's fun to think about. Like it's like, all right, like just make them
WWE.
go at it. Like they're just gonna exhaust themselves and like be gassed real fast. But it's like somebody's got to win. Like I just want to see, like, is it New Mexico? It's gonna make everybody tap. Is Texas like she gonna go in there heavy and just fuck up people? Like I don't know. I would feel like Texas would have a good shot no matter what. You know?
Should we rename the octagon? I don't think it's fair that, the square gets called a ring, but the octagon gets called the octagon.
Yeah, that is weird to me. It's because like a ring would be round, but an octagon, like that's kind of why I like UFC so much. Where it's like this is exactly what it is. It's an octagon, not a fight pad. It's an octagon.
The pad. Let's get in the pad.
I wonder, like sumo wrestling was like a ring.
That sounded creepy. That sounded really creepy.
No, I think that sounds cool.
Like that's like what a douchebag would call his bed. Like, come on, that's a pad, girl.
Right, but like then like you wouldn't want to go do that if you're like, is he gonna fight me? Like that's weird. So it goes against douchebags. It makes it harder for douchebags to pick up chicks. So maybe that works well.
Could be.
That was just one thing. Just Hunger Games, I think, better than Harry Potter. If you'd like to disagree with us, at Pass the Great Pod, at Not Pat Dion, at Alex J Middleton, at Robert Barbosa03. Also, are bowls just big spoons? Like we've gone over, I get it. Boomerang, everything is a boomerang, whether or not it's a good boomerang or a bad boomerang, it's up for interpretation. Anything you put a handle on is a ladle, whether or not it's a good ladle, obviously up for interpretation. Bowls are just like big spoons, right?
I would say spoons are little bowls.
Well, yeah,
That's
that too.
I think that is a better analogy for it than spoon or bowls being big spoons.
Because there
They
are
do the
other
same
big
shit.
spoons.
Yeah, there are bigger spoons.
There are big spoons.
Like if you're doing crawfish, that big like scoop thing that you'll use, that's a big spoon.
It's like a paddle, though, isn't it? Usually.
Sometimes it's got that little bowl area on the end.
But like because you can do literally everything you can with a bowl with a spoon, and vice versa. You can dig with it, you drink soup out of it, you slurp out of it, you just put water. It's an obviously easier to use spoon. But I thought that was gonna get a little bit more pushback. I feel like Pat and I are on the same page today. I really like that. But yeah, bowls are 100% just big spoons.
No, spoons are.
Well, vice versa. It goes that way. It goes both ways.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
One has to be the alpha, and I think the bowl is the alpha. So
the bowl
spoons
is the alpha, which is why it's a big spoon.
No, it means that spoons are little bowls. Robert agrees with me, right?
Yes, I agree with you, Pat.
And then if so fact
there
that
you
a
go.
cup is also the same thing too, kind of. A cup
No,
is a bigger spoon as well.
Well, it depends on how much of an alcoholic you are, because I would say a cup is just a small pitcher.
Which is really just like a tall bowl. Right?
Very well could be.
Because I mean, you could drink soup out of a pitcher.
You could. I'm surprised I've never done that. That seems like something I would do in college when I was out of.
And you could serve it to all you, like, hey guys, got some chicken noodle soup. Like, where? It's like in this pitcher right here. I got a pitcher of chicken noodle soup.
Just
and my
a
jug of
pitcher of
miso over here that I've been drinking all day. We do still need to do that. We just like carrying a gallon jug of miso soup around all day. Like, no, I gotta keep up with my soup intake.
You've got a fucking Yeti that you're just sipping on. What is that? Tomato basil.
Broccoli cheddar.
No, see, you couldn't sip on it then because the broccoli would get stuck on the inside.
If you
It's
took
gotta
the
be
top off.
Yeah, but I mean, what's the point of that? You got to keep the Yeti enclosed, or the Arctic.
Like, I like Yetis. I think they're cool. They're like if you get the big Yeti, it's like nice, like size wise to like not have to keep refilling your drink. But it's like, you're like, dude, it keeps ice for like 7 days. I'm like, how often do you keep ice for 7 days, man? Like, when are you dehydrated? You need to drink more water than that, bro.
You need a gallon of soup.
You're like, yeah, but I'm also crushing a gallon of miso soup every day. So really gotta.
Yeah, I've got
filling
gout
up real fast.
My doctor says I need to stop because my salt intake is off the charts and I've got gout. But I love that soup, man. What are you gonna do?
One of these days, I'm gonna just do the podcast and just nonchalantly have just miso soup in a gallon jug, and they're like, "He did it. He really did it."
I want to do the miso soup gallon challenge.
Whatever our next event, maybe the Darling Like a Marlin like beer release, May 30th at Southern Star Brewing Company. We'll do it. I'll have to talk to Keith. Keith will probably be cool with it.
I don't know if my stomach can handle that much soup. Like, that's definitely going to give us diarrhea, right?
I'm not saying I'm doing it. Somebody else could do it.
Fuck it, I'll do it. I don't give a shit.
Like, but they always have food trucks. They always have food trucks at it. So what if I just bring my truck and pull it up, and it's like, it's the Pasta Gravy food truck, and it's just we're a soup kitchen, and it's just like, what do you want? Well, would you like a gallon or a quart of the soup? Like, wait, what? Can you just get a bowl? Nope, gallon or quart.
All right, I'll take a quart. That's reasonable. Out of quarts. All we got is gallons.
We sold out. We had one, and we actually forgot it. So we're all gallons.
It's nice and hot because it's been in my truck bed.
We have no refrigeration.
Eat it quick or you're gonna get sick.
I'd go fast, buddy. You want chowder? Chowder? I wouldn't go chowder. Let's not go chowder. Chicken noodle? Gotcha.
Tomato basil. There's grilled cheeses at that truck over there.
Cream of mushroom? Okay. Robert's handing out pieces of bread over there. That's the other part of the food truck. It's not it's not like sandwiches. It's just slices of bread.
We're just putting grilled cheeses on the engine block because it's nice and hot.
You get a Kraft singles piece. It's like a cheese sandwich.
There's a little bit of oil on it, but it'll be okay.
It makes you stronger.
Yeah.
We'll call it essential oil. It's good for you.
Oh man, we're gonna kill someone.
I feel like we have some great ideas here. I don't know why. I don't know why people don't just hire us as like a think tank and be like, "Hey guys,
no, but they should.
We need you to do some serious brainstorming for our next breakthrough product." It's like, just have you listened to our podcast? We got 1 million every week. You tried,
engine block, grilled cheese, and gallon soup.
Have you tried just handing out? Like, we're trying to keep our food costs low, so we're not even going to put the bread on anything. We're just going to give you dry bread. That's it.
The soup gallon brought to you by Pasta Gravy Podcast. We only sell it in bulk. We're like Costco. It's okay.
Yeah, exactly. You have to get a card too. Like, you have to register and like be a member, which we also get $5 a month from you or some shit like that. So,
which means you have to buy the Colt T-shirt.
You have to. Absolutely. Yeah. Gallon soup challenge. Any takers? Let us know at Pasta Gravy Pod. Last thing was, should I shave my beard? I don't know. I'm thinking about it.
Maybe trim it, but not shave it.
But what if I shave it, but like it's like a process. Like I get the chin. So it's just like I had the chops,
mutton
stash,
chops,
everything but like the chin hair right there. And then I slowly then I get rid of the stash. And then it's just the chops, and then I try, maybe I don't know, maybe I work I work a handlebar thing out instead of doing the sideburns first, and then just slowly until I've shaved all of my face at that point. I could make it like a whole thing. I don't know. Pat's not seeming like he likes it. I think he also might have some connection problems again. But that's fun. That's going to be a fun part of the podcast. Is Pat connected?
Yeah. No,
As
soon as we switch between segments, I'm going to log off real quick. I'm going to go back to the fucking iPod, or I mean the iPad, because it was not doing this as much on the iPad. I think my computer's actually worse in all ways than the fucking iPad. As soon as we go in between segment, maybe add an ad in between this one and the next one. But I support you doing it if you do that. But I think what you need to do is leave the mustache for last, so you can have one day as a mustache
just
guy.
go with the mustache. I mean, maybe just go back to the mustache.
You could do that.
Should bring the mustache back. Robert, what do you think? Should I go mustache or just chops?
I like mustache.
What if I do? I just shave the mustache and then it's just beard besides the mustache. Like it's like Amish.
No, I think what you got to do is like you said. You take out the chin, so you get the big old mutton chops.
Mm-hmm.
Wear that for a couple days.
Do like a soul patch thing.
No, don't do the soul patch. No,
soul patch.
I don't think soul patches are in anymore.
You go from mutton chops to just mustache, and then you just let everything grow back in.
What if I just do the goatee and I just see how I go like I'm a huge Disturbed fan, and I get like I just grow the goatee down like to like my nipples, you know? And I'm like, yeah, dude, nobody gets me.
That'd be
Disturbed,
great.
Man.
Disturbed.
I'll get my lip pierced.
You can be one of those guys that goes from hand to hand, just pulling your goatee down into a spike.
I can wear leather a lot, and like people will be like, "Is this guy a biker?" I'm like, "Absolutely not. No, I'm terrified of bikes, but whatever." I go hang out at ice houses all the time.
That would be good. I've actually got a little bit of a piggyback on that one. I think I'm committing. I think I'm going with the mullet.
Do it.
It's the worst time of year to do it when it's going to be hot. But I've already started.
Because you're cool in the front.
So I'm gonna move. I don't know how well you can see it, but I'm already starting to get it. Let it get kind of. It looks like shit. It's getting a little bit longer in the back.
If you're just listening, it's really not that long.
It's not, but I'm starting to let it tail out a little bit, and it's very low quality video, so you can't see well, but it's getting there.
And I like the balding part too. Like a balding mullet is a sick.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, I'm gonna flex it so hard. No party or no business in the front, all party in the back.
It's mostly party, just a little bit of business. You should just get the toupee for the front.
I was about to say if I added a toupee with it that like not even the same color didn't match, it just tried to act like it was natural.
Let's get like a super duper brown hair toupee. It's like what? Get like a Trump toupee, like an orange blonde hair, and it was like that. We can see it.
I've got the greatest mullet of all time.
It's real.
My mullet is better than the other mullets. I know mullets more and better than anyone else.
This could honestly be like if you're losing the hair as rapidly as you were talking about a couple weeks ago. It's like this may be your last run at having a mullet. You know.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I was thinking too.
Why you can?
Because I'm too cheap to go with Rogaine. Not everyone was born with gorgeous, thick, full hair like Robert.
Yeah, Robert. Sorry, we can't all be gods.
Yeah,
my facial hair sucks though, so it's not all
okay.
Great.
You should have to grow a beard out. I feel like if Pat's doing that, if I'm going muttons. Like you gotta grow out like some sort. You gotta be the beard guy in the podcast, though.
I can't grow a beard. All I grow is right here on my chin.
No, but just don't shave. Like just stop shaving entirely.
Come on, this is the summer of us all looking like fucking idiots.
The summer of savages, bro.
It's weird. I only grow here, but I also have a bald spot on my chin. The only place where I can grow hair is.
Seems like you're talking soul patch, though.
You can
soul patch, Robert.
And it would be very prominent because like Robert has very dark hair.
I think you should go soul patch this summer. Soul patch, bro.
I think you have to grow the soul patch. Sam's gonna hate it, and it'll be funny.
And like with my mustache too, I only grow in the corners, not here in the middle of my lip.
Do that.
In the corners.
It's the Spaniard.
The opposite of Hitler. It's the opposite of Hitler.
You can't really see it on mine because my video quality is so low, but it's the same thing. Like right underneath my nose is bald, and it's just the sides, but it's all blonde, so you can't tell anyway.
Mm-hmm. I think that's going to be the thumbnail for the video.
The best thing is, though, like, we can write off like anything we do this year or like even into next year, like the beginning of next year. Just like, it was COVID, dude. It's a weird time. And then like we'll be like, Robert, why did you have that weird soul patch? And you're like, it was just COVID, dude. Things were weird. And it was like, okay, yeah, you're right.
If I started getting haircuts at like an actual place instead of doing it myself, you think I could write it off on my taxes like it was for content for my podcast?
I 100% think you could do that.
I gotta go to H&R Block. I gotta go buy the block, see what they say.
I feel like you can write off anything. As I'm not a tax guy, but it's like if you can like when
if you know taxes, you could write off everything.
Because like I could write off my TV, my internet, like all my cable and stuff. Like, well, I do work in radio and I work on a podcast, and like I need to be able to consume content. That is a business expense. Me watching all of these games I'm gambling on, so I can then talk about them. I need to be able to experience that. If I don't have that, that's a business expense.
Damn, that's smart as shit.
Shout out to Southern Star for like hooking us up. But it's like, if we didn't have a beer sponsor, you'd be like, I have to buy all of this booze for the podcast so I can be creative. So therefore, I should be able to write off the alcohol that I've purchased because it's a part of my creativity.
Damn, I really wish I had saved receipts now.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm terrible about saving receipts.
I don't have any sort of filing system, so it wouldn't matter anyway.
It's more just like I have a table, like the table I'm in right now. I'm sitting on right now. I'm not in a table. I'm sitting at a table. But I most of the time it's just got like just crap sitting on, like just like loose papers that are like, oh, this is an insurance thing, or this is from my company for like a thing, like my insurance recap from last year or whatever. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna need that. Fuck. I found the like stimulus check I got, the first one. I found that yesterday, and I ended up just finally throwing that away because I was like, I've already cashed it. Like, why did I hang on to it? And it's like, I don't know. Maybe they're gonna say you never got it, or you have to prove to us that you had it. Like, I have it here. Like, I'm always the worst of like holding on to dumb shit like that. And it's like, you have a mountain of paper that you just have sitting on a desk that you haven't touched. I'm like, yeah, but like, I don't know. I might need it.
You're like Vince Vaughn in Dodgeball. You get audited, and you just bring in like cases of receipts that were thrown into a closet.
100%. 100%. That's what my podcast room is. So yeah, I feel like we've covered a lot today. We're all. It's the summer of savages. We're gonna grow out some. No, it's the summer of soul patch summer.
I like
Robert's gonna get soul patch. I'm gonna go mutton chops. Pat's gonna go mullet. I love it.
Yeah, sounds good.
This is gonna be the stylishest podcast there is.
All right, wait. Give me keep going, but give me about 30 seconds and then send it again. And we're gonna do this on the iPad. See how much better it is.
All right. Well, he's talking about me sending him the invite to join the.
Yeah, I'll be back in 30 seconds.
Robert, did you have anything while we wait for Pat? Did you have any news or anything like that you wanted to bring in the pre-comeback kids segment?
No, not really. I did have something like we said earlier that I could have missed the beginning of this, but I think I'm going to mention that in not cool.
All right.
I'm going to mention that in not cool.
We'll save that then. We will save that. Let me send this to Pat. See if Pat gets it. And we are going to be back in business as soon as he joins us. But while we're waiting on our buddy Pat, why don't we hop on into the Comeback Kids segment? Comeback Kids segment is really where we just shoehorn what's been going on in the world as of late. And that's our way to talk about it. So this, guys, is the Comeback Kids segment.
It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the week. The Comeback Kid of the week. Bitch.
Just on time. Look who is back. It's Pat. Patty Dion.
My iPad's dead.
Good thing you had a backup plan.
I ran into my room and grabbed it and picked it up, and I was like, I haven't used this in 2 weeks.
Oh, I guess, yeah. You use everything. You just use the computer as your iPad now, huh?
Well, like a lot of times I would bring this to work to watch games on and just like prop it up against something like on the line. Now I bring my laptop and I just put it behind me on a table.
Do you ever like just sit at your laptop at work, like instead of pretending you're like watching a baseball, like I know you're watching a baseball game or whatever.
Oh,
You're just like, no, I'm totally working.
No, I do it blatantly because I still stand at the line and there's like a table like in between other like tables where we sit people that we use just to like get to go stuff like together because there's a lot more to goes now. I just put it right there and everyone can see that I'm watching hockey.
I mean, like as long as you're doing your shit, like who gives a shit? Right?
Yeah, my boss doesn't care. He fucking loves me. Like I don't like. I'll stop watching if I have to like bring food to a table and do stuff like that. But I still want my games on.
Are you at least charging the iPad?
I plugged it in. Yeah, like I ran in here with my charger and the iPad and yeah. But I mean, it was dead.
DED dead.
Yeah.
All right, our first comeback kid this week is the one and only Kevin James, the king of Queens, Paul Blart, the mall cop. I don't remember what his name was in the Grown Ups movies.
The zookeeper.
Chuck or Larry. I can't remember who was who, and then I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. But he's one of those two guys.
Larry. He was Larry.
Yeah, he seems like he was Larry. But Kevin James back. He's going to play Sean Payton, the Saints head coach, in a movie about Sean Payton's year that he was suspended from the Saints and coached his kid's 6th grade football team. He weird casting, right?
Like I have to assume he's losing a lot of weight for this.
Maybe he is.
Like I think he had already lost some weight over the years. Like he's not as big as he was back in the day. But yeah, that's just how did he even get an audition?
Maybe he knew the person writing the movie. I don't know. Maybe he's just like, he's a sports guy. So like he could just be like, I don't know. I feel like he got shit on for Paul Blart. Paul Blart was a shit movie, obviously. But I don't think Kevin James wrote it. He just got a job. I was like, yeah, I'll act in this movie. And it turned out it wasn't a great movie.
Yeah, but he still got paid for 2 of them.
Yeah, they made 2 of them. So obviously I think it was ironically people were watching him. But like, that's money. Yeah, I don't think he gives a shit.
It's not like he's Nicolas Cage, who like literally every 2 weeks, my best friend will be like, dude, there's a new Nicolas Cage movie on Netflix. He played.
All right, well, Pat's audio just cut out there. Try it again. Just unmute your mic real fast. This is great. Pat's having no problems whatsoever the last couple of weeks with his stuff. But Robert, you're a King of Queens fan.
I'm charged.
You're a King of Queens guy. Like, I think he was awesome in King of Queens, and it's like, yeah, that was a while ago, but like he was fun in Grown Ups. I thought I like Kevin James. I thought his stand-up was always funny too.
Have you guys seen his YouTube videos? Where he plays?
Is that where he like puts himself in other movies and stuff as like the sound guy?
Yeah,
that is pretty funny.
They're really good.
But I always liked him when like he's just like randomly like featured on stuff. Like he'd be at like a celebrity basketball game, and it's like Kevin James, Doug Heffernan. He's always fun. And like, yes, I'm soft on him because of King and Queen. So I've always got like, dude, love that. It's one of my favorite like sitcoms.
I love
ever.
him.
I've watched that so many times. So it's like, yeah, dude, I'm rooting for him. And don't shit on Paul Blart. They made 2 of them. They don't make 2 of shit. Like, they do make 2 of shitty movies, but still, like, they make money, or else they're not gonna make a second one.
Yeah, obviously
he knows how to make money.
Them.
Yeah. But he's gonna play Sean Payton. It seems like a Disney-y type scenario where it's like what is it Bob Saget? Not Bob. John Stamos is like the Disney Plus show now where he's like, I coach a girls basketball team. I used to be it's like the same like Coach Bombay like entire like road where it's like I was a big time guy and then I fucked up and now I gotta coach a girls high school team at this private school. And these girls, believe it or not, they're gonna teach me a few things along the way, and we're all gonna become better people by the end of it. And I bet they turn that team around. I haven't watched any of it, but I bet they turn that team around. And it seems like it could be that kind of thing if it's like a Disney movie. I don't know if it's gonna be Netflix or what, but like I'm gonna watch it just so we can comment on it. And It's gonna be interesting. I have no idea when it's gonna come out, but I just like it was announced this week that Kevin James is gonna do it. It was one of those things where I was like, what is like, is there another like April Fool's type day? They're just trying to prank us or something? Because it seemed like it was like that's a weird announcement for somebody to make. We back, Pat?
Yep. I did a
Look
real
at
quick switch out there.
There we go. We're back. We're back like nothing ever happened. But yeah, Kevin James, Sean Payton, comeback kid #1 this week. Our next one, I don't think Robert's going to appreciate it as much as Pat and I, but it's American Gladiators. American motherfucking Gladiators is finally getting the 30 for 30 treatment. Obviously, I think it came out the year I was born. I have the Wikipedia page pulled up. I want to say, 1989 was the first season. And that was the year I was born. That was before both of y'all, obviously. But like, it was a little before our time, but Pat and I overlapped a little bit, like while it was going on, and it was just like I remember watching it, being like, "What is this?"
8 months younger than you,
right? But like, you weren't born in '89, so fuck you. You're a '90s kid, dude. Us '80s kids, like we're on a whole different wavelength, bro.
Yeah, sorry. I mean,
it's like whole different wavelength, whole different decade. I'm basically a decade older than both of you. 2 decades older than Robert.
Okay, I bet you were real cool as a baby with your flock of seagulls haircut and your fucking cocaine.
Dude, I was great with it. It's great. I was wired. Why do you think I'm on Adderall all the time? It's the cocaine. But yeah, dude, American Gladiators getting the 30 for 30 treatment, and it's like gonna answer all the shit that I've always wanted to know. Like, what was it like a joke? Like, they just got like muscle men and like really in shape,
women.
No, really in shape women, like really fit people that like good looking, fit, in shape people to like just hurl tennis balls at people with like a tennis cannon and like jump over weird jump ropes and into like foam pits and shit, like to hit each other with pool noodles that were just attached to poles and shit like that. Like, was it looked at that? Like, I'm so curious to be like, did y'all think it was as goofy as everybody else kind of did? But it was also like fucking sweet.
I thought it was the greatest competition of all time.
I did too. I mean, and then Global Guts came out, and then I was like, actually, I want to go on the aggro crack. So that would.
I didn't watch that. That was like one of the few shows on Nickelodeon I just didn't watch as a kid.
Mine that I always wanted to be on. Like, I would have lost in American Gladiators, but it's like Global Guts, Legends of the Hidden Temple, American Gladiators are like the 3 things I would have wanted to play in as a kid.
Oh, I would have wrecked on Legends.
Dude, fucking kids in Legends of the Hidden Temple were the biggest idiots ever. It's like
they're so dumb.
When they get to the part with the monkey, like you have to put like Robert, you didn't watch Legends of the Hidden Temple, I'm assuming, but like they had like you would have to. It was a temple, and you would get like at the end of it, you had gotten these tokens, and it gave you like it was basically a fuck up, and these guys would come get you. And if you got tagged by the guy, you had to give him one of your tokens. And if you ran out of tokens, you were done. You didn't win the final thing. And there was one of them was like the Shrine of the Silver Monkey, I think is what it was. And you had like, there were 3 fucking pieces of this puzzle. It was the bottom of a monkey, the stomach of the monkey, and the head of the monkey. And like the kids would go, I don't know. What if I put the head on the bottom and then the feet on the top of it? And you go, what are you doing, you fucking idiot? What are you doing? Why would you think a monkey is built like that? And they would fuck it up and then they would lose. And it's like, I don't know. Have you ever seen how an animal looks? Like, have you ever seen a monkey in real life? What are you doing?
It was like an even simpler version of the puzzle that Caitlin couldn't do from, what was it, BB-19?
Yeah, Big Brother. Yeah.
Yeah, it was an even simpler version of that. And these kids were always like, it's so difficult. There's 3 pieces. I'm like, yes, there's 3 pieces. And they're the same that you've seen on TV 800 fucking times. Feet, chest, head. Boom. Done.
And I get it. We're making fun of kids now, but we were the same age as them, and I thought they were dumbasses then.
And I have no problem making fun of kids. I just said earlier in the show, I like watching a show where kids die. It's funny to me.
Yeah.
Kids are stupid. One of my favorite Reddits are kids are fucking stupid.
That's a good one. Are you also on Woke Kids? Are Woke Kids?
No, but I like Entitled Parents. That's a good one too.
Entitled Parents is good. Entitled Bitch is a good one too. Mm-hmm. That Happened is also a fun subreddit where it's just like that's the same thing as like Woke Kids. Woke Kids is literally just like, my daughter came up to me and said, Joe Biden is finally turning around the patriarchy that has held us back for so many years. Thank goodness that we had. And it's like, no, your 3-year-old didn't say that. Quit just lying on Twitter. Stop it.
I spent too many years not on Reddit and I love it now.
Reddit was one of those, yeah. And it's like I remember being so confused when I got on Reddit, and now I'm like, I love it. Like choosing beggars is another fun one where it's like, need a hot tub for a party, must deliver, must install, must be free, must be this kind of hot tub. It's like, what? Okay. It's just people like shitty people replying to Craigslist ads with just ridiculous demands. Like, oh, you do music. Will you just do this for me for free? I'll give you exposure on my 4 followers I have. And it's like, no, man, like just pay me. Tales from Retail is another fun one. I like to really just read other people's stories of their life where they are complaining. And I like to just be like, haha, I'm glad that didn't happen to me, but I'm entertained by this story.
I'm now at the point too where I'm like, well, this one seems fake, but the last 3 I read definitely real.
Right.
And in my head, I'm like, they're all fake. Doesn't matter though, because some of them are believable, and then they're just like, am I the asshole? My dad hit me with a broom and told me that I'm a piece of shit, and I told him I don't want to see him after I'm 18. Am I the asshole?
Am I the asshole is another good one.
That didn't happen.
AITA.
Yeah.
RAITA is that. And it's also like a Twitter account. But American Gladiators, we're talking about Legend of the Hidden Temple. That's how we got there, though. But see, I circled it back. Legend of the Hidden Temple. I would have fucked up Legend of the Hidden Temple. I would have been on the Blueberry Cooties. It would have been fucking awesome. But like, people were fucking idiots on that. Like, then there's also idiots on American Gladiators, but it's like, it's funnier because like you're getting pegged by tennis balls from a fucking guy named Malibu that's 300 pounds of just pure muscle on a fucking like terrace, just shooting down with a fucking cannon tennis balls at you. It's like, yeah, take a tennis ball, the dumb bitch.
I love when they get out from behind cover and move slow, thinking that once they fire, then they can move real quick to get out of the way of it. I'm like, just sprint to the next cover. Like if you slowly creep out, they're just going to peg you. If you move really quick, you can then dive and roll. Like, God, that was so frustrating watching. But like, all I ever wanted was to be on American Gladiators, and now I can't because it's not there anymore.
I never lived up to like the body type for American Gladiators either.
Well, I mean, not as one of the gladiators, but I think I could be good as a contestant.
But you know who was on American Gladiators that I saw in doing some research for this before the podcast? It was Dr. Cox from Scrubs.
Wait, he was one of the gladiators?
He was one of the participants.
No shit. I want to go back and watch that.
Just go Google right now, Dr. Cox, American Gladiators. You're like, what? He had
my God.
It was just like a younger version of him. It was fucking insane. But what was awesome about American Gladiators was like the names that they gave the actual gladiator people. Like I said, Malibu is the long blonde hair dude. Lace, Zap, Gemini, Nitro, Sunny, Blaze, Bronco, Gold, Laser, Jade, Titan, Diamond, Ice, Thunder, Turbo, Storm. Like that was who played with what was this fucking name from Globo Gym in Dodgeball. It was like that was everybody that played on the purple. No, what was Ben Stiller's character?
Oh, White Goodman.
White Goodman. It was like that was like Laser, Blazer. Like that was every name from American Gladiators, basically. Like one name that's just a sick name of like something cool, like Turbo, Storm, Viper, Atlas, Electra, Havoc, Saber, Sky, Hawk. That's bad. Tank's a great one. Tank is a great one. Did you see it?
He looks like a shitty ponytailed version of Diamond Dallas Page.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what he looks like.
If you're listening right now, Dr. Cox, American Gladiators, just Google it. You're like, what the fuck?
He looks exactly as old in this as he does in Scrubs.
But he looks like he like dyed his like facial hair.
No, I think he dyed his hair for it to be blonde, not his facial hair.
Okay.
Because what color was his hair in the show? It wasn't fucking blonde.
I thought he had blonde facial hair for some reason. I'm not looking at the picture as I'm talking, but
no, but he definitely looks like Diamond Dallas Page is his idol. 100%. This is the greatest picture I've ever seen in my face.
He would have been perfect for American Gladiators. Life.
Oh, he would have. He was made for like, dude. If they had done a crossover between WWE or WWF, whatever it was back then, and American Gladiators, that would have been great. Like, can you imagine Bautista just slinging tennis balls at people?
That would have been sick.
John Cena sitting there with the – combat stick, whatever you call it, just knocking people in the side of the head.
We need to bring back American Gladiators.
Yes, we do. Because I want to
do.
compete. I want to compete.
I don't really want to compete. I want to just drink and watch people now. Like that's. I'm not gonna make it. You know.
I mean, I probably
it.
won't either, but I just feel like I could, like, everyone could be watching this one episode. Like, how is this fat guy not ran out of stamina yet? I'm like, I get to the finish line and I literally just drop and I can't move for 20 minutes.
I think they should do that. They should have like just a shitty episode of American Ninja Warrior where, like, you know, on American Idol and all those singing shows, like I would watch, like I watched like the full seasons for a while when I was in school and stuff. Like I remember my parents and I like the first couple of seasons would watch it.
First 2 weeks, that's it. You watch all the bad shit.
Right, but like, but after a while, it was like I just want to watch the like auditions where I'm like William Hung, ha, that guy sang "She Bang" and he was terrible, and they just made fun of him, and now we're gonna talk about him. And then there's a like walking around town with your pants on the ground, like that guy.
I hated him at first.
He was funny though, and like you get some of those, and then you have the people that like obviously like they hype him up the entire video like leading up to it. It's like, yeah, man, you know, it's just finally my dream, and then they go and they sing and they're awful, and you're like, I did not see that coming. Way to go! Like just do that, but give us a whole episode of like Wipeout, the show Wipeout or American Ninja Warrior, where it's just like me and Pat. Just like out of shape, just pieces of shit. Just like we don't even make it past like the second thing. We're just like on the bouncy ball. We're like, I don't know, I'm out.
That's another one I really want to do. Wipeout.
Like, just like give us like people would watch that one episode, wouldn't they? Like, I would just watch it to see a bunch of like jamokes like us just like eating shit. That's funny. Because like this guy trains in his backyard on monkey bars and stuff. I'm like, yeah, but he's trying. Like, I'm rooting for this guy now.
I know they can't market it this way anymore because it's 2021 and nobody's ever allowed to make fun of other people because what if they feel bad? But if you specifically marketed an episode of Wipeout like, hey, we're only having fat people on this one. Watch fat people get knocked into the water and struggle to swim. Not only do I feel like I would be a front runner in that episode because I could definitely beat other fatties. Like in shape people, I'm going to have trouble with. I can beat other fatties. But tell me that's not going to get the highest ratings that show's ever fucking had. You have to have
like a BMI of like a certain percentage.
You gotta be over 35 on your BMI.
You have to be considered obese medically.
Yes.
Like you have to have high cholesterol.
If you're a guy,
your blood pressure has to be over whatever the limit is it's supposed to be. Like you have to like hit all of these boxes, which is obviously like it would never happen because it wouldn't be safe enough to like clear somebody to go do that shit. But it's like
I feel like I'm healthy enough to do it. But like, yeah, if you're a guy, you've got to have at least a B cup, you know.
Mm-hmm.
just and here's the thing, not like super fat to where they can't move people, but like me. Like I'm still pretty fat. I'm 265 pounds. I'm fat. But like I'm not I take 19 steps outside and I'm out of breath fat, you know, like I'm now back to the level of fat where I'm not out of breath when I tie my shoes anymore. I've gotten past that. So like you got to be in that threshold where you're fat enough where it's funny, but not so fat that you're really going to get hurt out there.
Right.
I hope everyone knows what I'm talking. Like I just want to see fat people do things and get wrecked doing it. It's funny. There's always an extra
just for fun.
There's an extra jiggle with everything that happens.
Like it was the same show as Wipeout, but it was like the Japanese version that they just dubbed into English, and it was like they just made everybody
MXC.
What? Yeah, they just made everybody like a jackass. Like everybody was just like voicing them over, making them seem like idiots and like assholes, and it was funny because it's like I will win this, and then the guy like wipes out on like the ramp going up, and you're like, that guy didn't do that at all.
That's either on Hulu or Amazon Prime. I was watching it not long ago with my buddy.
There goes an afternoon of mine.
Yeah, dude, it's fun. It's as funny as you remember.
What game show would you guys like crush at? Like, what is a game show? It can be now, it can be back then. Like, I guess like let's remove Legends of the Hidden Temple because I think we know we would obviously clean up on that.
Kick some kids' asses.
What game show right now do you think we would like that you would crush at personally? Because I would lose Big Brother. I would love to be the best at Big Brother. I would think, like, and I'm pretty sure I would crush Supermarket Sweep. I would absolutely destroy it, Supermarket Sweep. Tessa from the Rod Ryan Show and I, like, we talked about it as, like, we would clean up if it was her and I in Supermarket Sweep.
I'm trying to just think of game shows. Like, I don't watch game shows anymore, so. I mean, I feel like I'd be pretty solid at Wheel of Fortune, but I don't know if I would be
No, because the people that are good at
winner.
Wheel of Fortune are so good. Like, I don't think any of us would stand a chance at like Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune because those are like you got to be like fucking Mensa-ish. I feel like I don't know like what the James Holzhauer guy. He's like, yeah, there's button timing. You have to like it's like you don't have to just be smart. You have to also like know how to like time stuff right and all that. It's like there's so much into that. I feel like that like I know I would fuck up on Wheel of Fortune. And it's like,
honestly,
I'm usually good watching, but like I would fuck up if I was in real life.
If there's no snakes involved, fear factor, but I know there's going to be snakes involved. There's going to be
snakes. Because if you you have to list what your fears are, and they're totally like, well, what's somebody's, like everybody's fear is going to be incorporated in it.
Honestly, I think Wipeout. I think I'd be pretty fucking good at Wipeout, man. I'm good at body control. So like even the big red balls, I might go.
Like you wouldn't win Wipeout.
I think I could. I honestly think I could.
I do not like. Have you seen it?
Yes.
There's like super in shape people going that would. I think they would absolutely dominate you. Like I don't have to be in shape to be good at supermarket sweep.
That's the thing.
I don't think
I'm
good at like knowing to go get the fucking big teddy bear to get the discount on the toothpaste, and I can answer the questions.
I would need to get my cardio up just a little bit, but a lot of those in shape people, they don't think tactically when they're going through this. Bro. I've got actually pretty decent upper body strength.
Like but like what? Shit.
Like especially when it gets to the final stage, when it's at night and then there's that big rotating wheel that you have to get on and then jump off of it onto the next one. People constantly mistime that.
Dude. You wouldn't make it to that
yes,
at
I would.
all.
Dude, you know what fucks the most people up? The big red balls. And here's the thing. If you're one of the first ones to go, I'm 100% confident I can get across those big red balls. Once it starts to get muddy and wet on those,
slippery, yeah.
What you have to do is you hit that first one as hard as you can, and you just try and make it as far through the water as you can to make up time. That's what you do. You try and hit that first one, get to the third. Hopefully you can bounce and then grab that next thing and lay it on. Dude, I'm telling you, I have thought tactically about Wipeout so many fucking times. Now, especially if you put me on fatty Wipeout, I'm crushing.
Well, yeah, but we're talking regular. Here's one that I think
I think I could win regular.
Floor is Lava on Netflix. That was a pandemic type show that I watched. Literally, like they took the kids' game and we're like, we're gonna just fill up a room with water though, and then make it orange. And yeah, I think I could kill that. I think I'd be pretty good at that.
You know what I think I'd be good at? See, here's the thing. It has to
just
be
about like assessing your situation. I might not win it, but I think I'd do well.
As long as it's against average people like me, guys' grocery games.
Okay, that's supermarket sweep-esque.
But you have to like find ingredients to cook with. I'm not a great cook, but if it's just against other people like me that are just average people that sometimes cook, but most of the time don't, bro, I'm just gonna throw garlic in everything and I'll destroy.
I mean, that's a solid strategy.
Now I can't make pastries, but if they're just like use these 3 ingredients to make me a fucking pasta dish, I'm like, boom, extra garlic. I just won.
Robert, what do you think you'd be good at?
I'll make you a chocolate pizza.
Family Feud.
Family Feud's good. I don't know, dude. I always think Family Feud, but like downloaded the game, like the app on your phone. I downloaded that, and like I was a fuckface when it came to like Family Feud, man. There were so many categories. I was like, I'm gonna nail this, and like I would get 2 of them.
Bro, I
used
would
to watch Family Feud all the time as a kid, and sometimes even now. And I would always do pretty well on it. I think I could do it.
Yeah.
I would be the guy that goes last, and they're like, God damn it, it's Alex's turn again. Fuck.
I'm with you.
Something that rhymes with frog. I'm like, is it cow? Like, God, Alex, why'd you say that?
See, that's the thing is, and I've thought extensively about this. And the problem with Family Feud is you have to do it with your family. And my family would not do well together because we're not the kind of people that like when people throw an obvious bad answer, they're like, okay, it's okay. No,
you'd get kicked
me
out the
and my brother.
Yeah.
We would yell at each other. We would yell at my dad. My dad would yell at us. I think I'm the only person in my family that could take it easy on my mom. And in the heat of the moment, I don't know if I could. My brother and my dad right away like, God damn it, Lori. What the fuck was that answer? Like, I'm telling you, they wouldn't be able to air our episode because our family would be cussing each other out. Like, even for like, oh, that seemed like a good guess. But it was our third strike. Somebody down the line would be like, no, it's obviously this, you fucking idiot. And the other team was like, we'd like to solve. You just gave us the answer. Thank you.
Yeah.
My family is very dysfunctional.
You would just basically be helping the other team the entirety of the time that y'all are arguing amongst yourselves. One last one I just thought of is Robert, this is obvious. I feel like this is definitely before your time, but like on ESPN, it used to be called 2-Minute Drill, and it was like a trivia thing. It was like sports trivia, and if you finished, like there were 3 guys, and you would play. It was similar to that Stump the Schwab show.
I was gonna say nobody could stump the Schwab though.
Nobody could stump the Schwab. Nobody. I think I watched that. I used to watch that like every day that it was on. And I think one time I saw a guy stump the Schwab because like on both of those, what it would do is like 2-minute drill. It was just sports questions. And then if like there were 3 people, it would eliminate like it was like Wheel of Fortune. You go to like the showdown or whatever at the very end. And the thing at the very end was your specialty. So like for me, it would be the 2007 to 2008 New York Giants. Like you could pick like your favorite team or just whatever it is. Like you had your specialty, and like mine would be the 07-08 New York Giants. And then they would ask you a very, very specific, detailed question about whatever your thing was, and you would have to answer it. But it was like I would absolutely have crushed 2-minute drill, I feel like. But maybe that was Stump the Schwab is where you had your specialty, but 2-minute drill was like, then maybe you had your questions of your own specialty, and they would ask you for 2 minutes, just like question after question after question. And you had to get like so many, like you couldn't miss so many, and then you'd lose or whatever, and you'd win the prize. But like, I always thought I'd be really good at that shit.
I mean, yeah, like, I mean, once you hit your own area that you know very well, yeah, but then you're going against other sports guys that love sports, so they know a lot of shit about a lot of shit, just like you.
Yeah.
And then
my biggest weakness in sports trivia is basketball. Like I'm pretty good with hockey. I'm pretty good with baseball. I'm really good with football. But you start getting into like college basketball and NBA basketball trivia, it's like I know some of it, but like after you're getting out of like, all right, Lakers, like Larry Bird, the old school Boston Celtics, like I'm gonna miss all those questions.
See, that's the kind of stuff I know. NBA, I've kind of followed over the years, but college basketball, anything after Tyler Hansborough, no fucking clue. I don't even know why that's the cutoff. It just kind of is. Like I just
thought of a name of a guy he could name back like from a couple of years ago. Like,
I mean, that's like the oldest. Like, I mean, I kind of followed in high school, but since then I haven't. And that was, I think, what did he graduate in 2007?
Yeah, we were still in school when he graduated.
Yeah, so I mean, that's about it. Like, there's been other guys, like I can't remember off the top of my head now. Some of the Butler guys I remember, but like, I mean, it's fucking college basketball. It sucks.
If there was an office trivia game show, I'd be really good at that.
Just NBC trivia, where you have to know all of the NBC shows.
I could probably do pretty well in those.
Like Parks and Rec, I could do pretty damn well.
Parks and Rec, yeah, 30 Rock.
You like form a team, and each one of your team members has to have a show. Yeah.
Those, I don't know, game shows. American Gladiators, though, it's getting a 30 for 30 treatment. It's just like, I'm so excited to hear like the behind the scenes stories of American Gladiator. Like, I can't believe they probably do somewhere, but like an American Gladiator podcast where it's just like, just tell me about that. Cause like, I'm not a big wrestling guy anymore. Like I was when I was growing up, but like, it is fascinating when you hear like the stories of like, yeah, dude, like I actually fractured my spine at WrestleMania, but then like I had to, Stone Cold had to hit me with the chair. So I had to just get back up and take it. And you're like, what? Like you were just broken. And we're like, this is fake. It's like, no, like it is fake. Like in like what they're acting like they're doing, but it's like, no, he's really getting hit by a chair. He's really like doing shit like that.
It's scripted, but you're still dropping 20 feet off of a fucking metal shell through a table that has computers on it. It's gonna hurt.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. But American Gladiators, pretty stoked that that's gonna have a 30 for 30. I cannot wait to watch that one. Our comeback kid is vaccines. Back again. Vaccines are back now. This time last week was saying, hey guys, anybody can hook me up with the Johnson & Johnson shot. I just want one and done. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm lazy. I actually got a lead on Friday from someone and they were out of the shot. So I didn't end up getting it, but I almost got it. And boy, am I glad that didn't happen because now they've recalled. They didn't recall it. They're just pausing it because 6 out of like a bajillion people, they got the vaccine. I think it's 6 out of like 6 million have had blood clots. They've all been women, and it's just like they all have. I'm not lying. That's a fact.
Way to fucking screw it up for everyone again, ladies. First the goddamn Garden of Eden, and now this. Can you do nothing?
Basically
right?
the same thing. But it didn't take me too long to realize that Woody Johnson, one of the owners of the Jets, part of the Johnson & Johnson family, and then it's like,
Former
dude,
diplomat.
right, under Trump.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it doesn't really like. Obviously, it makes sense that like the Jets couldn't figure out how to stop Tom Brady for 20 years. So like, I don't expect them to know how to stop blood clots in a fucking COVID vaccine or to like stop.
I mean,
COVID.
That being said,
I didn't think about
nobody
it.
else can stop Tom Brady either. But
right, but like the Jets really didn't. You know, like they had 2 times a year, and they really fucked that up a lot. There was like 2 years with Mark Sanchez where they were able to get past him, but like
they just couldn't put their best foot forward.
Is it Bart? The Bart Scott.
Hey, wait.
Give us the Bart Scott meme or GIF, and that's one of my favorite GIFs that there is. The can't wait. And Sal Palantonio is like, "How you look? Are you looking for his can't wait?" All right, Bart. I'll get out of here, dude. Thanks.
He was a badass. He really was. Those Jets defenses were fucking killing people.
Yeah, too bad they had Mark Sanchez as their quarterback.
Right? I mean, they made it to the AFC Championship game 2 years in a row, and then they pittered out. People were like, how come they could never get over the hump? Well, Mark Sanchez was their fucking
It's called
quarterback.
Mark Sanchez,
Yeah.
But the Johnson stuff, like, it's got people kind of freaked. Not everybody freaked out, but there's definitely people talking about it, like, and if you're anti-COVID vaccine, like, do you like this is gonna definitely cause people to have second thoughts about getting vaccinated, wouldn't you think? Like, I mean,
Definitely.
maybe not the majority of people, but I would say the people that were like on the fence about it, like they're definitely like, yeah, I'm gonna chill.
Yeah, which is dumb. Because when you think about it, like, 6 out of 6 million people, or 1 million, whatever the fuck it was, got it, and they immediately halted it. That should give you more confidence in it. That they're like, okay, well, they're being overly cautious. They actually are doing the right things and knowing what they're doing. I mean, as long as you're not abroad, then, you know, if you're a dude, I'm like, yeah, still stick me. What's up?
My favorite comedian, Bill Burr, I heard him this week, and he was talking about like, he was like, yeah, it's the same people like, yeah, I can get the vaccine. Yeah, I hear it's bad for you. You know, some people are getting these blood clots, and it's like as he takes a hit of his cigarette. Like, yeah, man, everybody's doing bad shit anyways. Like, we drink enough to where it's like, that's probably not great for my health anyways. Like, I've been pretty lazy about it. I just want to get all of them. I'm going to get the Moderna and the Pfizer at the same time. Like, can't they just, what if I was like, just give me both shots?
Pfizerna.
Miser.
Yeah. No, just
Like,
combine them. Just be like,
what happens if you, can you be 2 vaccinated?
Probably. Like if you have too much of, like, because, you know, the vaccine is just a trace of it going through your blood. And if you have too much of it, then you have it.
No, because it's a vaccine. It's like, then I'm super good at
But
fighting it.
that's what vaccines do. They give you a little bit of it so that your white blood cells or whatever in your body can learn how to fight this shit. But if you're just like, instead of giving myself 1/10 of it, I'm going to take everyone. And now I have a 4th of it.
What about my red blood cells, Pat? What about my red blood cells? I want them to learn how to fight too.
Oh, they don't fight infection.
But what I want them to learn how to. I want to be versatile.
Just teach them.
All my blood vessels, all my whatever blood cells. I want them to be like MMA blood cells. It's like you're not just here to heal. You're here to fight too.
I was gonna say you could just teach them all Aikido.
Exactly.
Or Krav Maga.
We got Krav Maga is what I was gonna try and teach him.
Oh, I mean, my blood cells definitely already know Krav Maga.
Trump's been teaching us Krav Maga for years, buddy. I don't know what Biden's telling you. We knew Krav Maga before it was even Krav Maga. They didn't call it Krav Maga. They just called it being patriots.
Biden's gonna teach it Krav, give them everything they want, and just lay down to the terrorists. That's what Biden teaches.
That's what he'll do. That's exactly what he's gonna do. His liberal agenda.
And there ain't no good acronym for that. That's nothing Trump does great. He's great at acronyms.
He's good at thinking of things that people have already said before, but he takes credit for.
Oh, it's better not having him on Twitter, but I miss it.
I miss it a little. I miss it a little bit. Like, yes, did it stir up hate? Yes. But like, just it was fun to just read the replies. Like, I didn't even really look at the tweets, honestly. I would just look at like, oh, he tweeted, cool. What did the people say to him? And it's like, fuck you. Oh, thank you so much for your hero. Blah 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 blah. It's like and then the same 7 people just fighting all day long in the comments. Like, dude, what do you got going on, man?
I just always like the random 3 a.m. tweet of lying CNN back at it again.
Like, stop watching it.
Like, go to bed.
Turn it off.
You're 73 years old. Go to bed. Stop.
Do you think he like regrets it? Like, not regret. He doesn't regret
Not
it,
even a little bit.
But do you think he's kind of like stoked that he's not president anymore? I bet he is.
In some ways, but he misses the power.
But he's like living at like a country club in Florida. I saw he had to like put himself on the staff because you're not allowed to like live there, and like Florida has some rule like you can't like.
Yeah, can't he put himself on the staff as president?
He may be president of like whatever of Mar-a-Lago or whatever, something like
Mar-a-Lago.
that.
He
don't
owns
quote
it.
me on what I'm saying, but like I think he had to like say he was on the staff though, so then he could like live there because it's a hotel, and you can't like stay at a hotel for an extended period of time or whatever in Florida or some shit like that.
If you own it, so I was gonna say like, why isn't he back at Trump Tower? But he's probably like, oh wait, there's still COVID restrictions in New York. He ain't fucking going back to New York.
New York might not be the best place to go for Donnie, right?
Well,
now.
no, just because there's still restrictions and Florida's open. So
a lot of people up there definitely don't like him. I think he's more favorable in Florida for sure than he is in New York.
It's not like anyone can get to him. He's got lifetime fucking Secret Service.
I have a gold tower.
I'm telling you, it's strictly just for the restrictions. Florida's open, so he can do whatever the fuck he wants. If he went back to New York, he'd be like, I want to go out to dinner. And they're like, well, you can't. I'm like, what do you mean I can't? I do whatever I want. I've got golden hair.
All natural. It's born.
Don't worry, we'll bring dinner right to the 18th tee. You'll be fine. And we'll give you 2 Diet Cokes on that one. With straws. Yes, we'll bring you a straw, Mr. President. Just hit the ball. That didn't go in the woods. I'm calling a mulligan.
Sure, dude. Sure.
That's
playing
golf
golf with him would be the worst because you're like, yeah, I guess, yeah, sure. You got a 4 on that hole.
That would be the best. Just to see how bad he's cheating, like to actually see it, because we've all heard.
I want to do like a round, like him and Putin should play a round of golf, and like him, Putin, and Kim Jong Un, because like what didn't Kim Jong Un shoot an 18?
Yeah,
he shot an 18. It's like because the other guy said he wasn't going to tell him that he shot. Or he had killed. Yeah. And then the next guy was like, yeah, sure, you shot an 18. Got a hole in one every hole. Every single hole.
I just want to see Trump call a gimme putt from the bunker. That's a gimme. I was totally going to birdie this.
Donald, you hit that in a sand trap. Nope. Gimme. It's close enough. All right.
Man,
it was within a golf course of the hole. You're good.
We'd actually been good. We hadn't done this for a few episodes. We fell right fucking back into it.
But like now we're not talking about like the leader of the free world. We're just talking about like a guy in Florida that's like very privileged and hanging out.
That's the funniest part of this whole thing is right now he really is just a guy.
He's just a guy in Florida.
He is
Florida man.
He is Florida man.
Which would actually be hilarious if he does like. They should like news outlets should just start doing that. Like Florida man claims, and it's just Donald Trump.
Florida man appoints himself president of hotel so he doesn't have to leave.
Florida man, appoints himself president of Mar-a-Lago. Like, is that Donald Trump? Oh, he is in Florida. You're right. Yeah, okay. Checks out.
Florida man claims gimme putt from bunker.
Do you think he got the vaccine yet?
100%. As soon, like the second it was available, he got it. Because, because he's a former president, like they get preferential treatment. They just do. Not only are they in the older age range, they are former presidents of the United States of America. Like, well, I mean, I was not going that way. You can go that way. I'm sure Obama got it right away too, but.
And I just was trying to go for the hot. Like now we're talking white privilege on the podcast. We use that as a clip that gets eyeballs.
See, it's funny. We were joking with Robert that we were going to become a political podcast and just start talking politics this episode.
But we're not really talking politics. We're just making fun of shit.
but we are very adjacent right now.
Okay, well, we'll just move on. Vaccines, Johnson & Johnson's back, and it's been recalled. So some people are freaking out. Other people are not freaking out. I'm just going to avoid the Johnson & Johnson shot, though. I feel like that's the one that's been recalled. You know,
I mean,
I don't know.
Can
I just make my own vaccine?
No. Oh, there's always the Irish vaccine. Just drink whiskey every day.
Okay.
I mean, I did that throughout the pandemic. Actually, for a long time of it, it was every single day, and I never got it. I was in a restaurant where multiple people got it. I never got it.
But to counter your argument, Robert doesn't drink at all, and he never got it.
Yeah, but Robert wasn't exposed to people as much as I was during
it. Get it.
That's not the Irish way, though.
What about all a sober Irishman?
That's an oxymoron.
I know that like you can go to like Tractor Supply though, and you can get like shots for your dog, like so you can like give vaccinations to your dog and stuff. Like, why can't we just do that with like just do your own Moderna? Give me some vending machines around the city that I can go get the Moderna vaccine. Just boop, done.
I saw a tweet this weekend where someone was talking about they went to get their shot, and the nurse like kind of put it on the table and like slid it towards them, and then like got up and left to do something. And they're like, I guess I'm doing my own shot, and like stuck themselves. And the nurse walked in and just looked mortified, like, what the fuck did you do? And he's like, you slid the shot to me and walked away. Like, I thought that was on my own.
What else am I gonna do?
Can you imagine the mountain of paperwork that nurse had to fucking do?
Do you have to get another one? Like, does that not count?
Well, he said, like, in the tweet, he goes, I took the alcohol swab, wiped it down, and sucked myself. And like, I mean, you have to do in the upper shoulder, like, I'm pretty sure the dude had to be in enough of the right area where he got it done right.
It's in your body.
Now, like, I don't know if they have to do a test on him after to see, like,
what if you just squirted it in your mouth? Like, you just squirted the vaccine in your mouth, like
a tincture.
Yeah, you get your Alamo Remedy CBD little dropper. You put it in your Moderna, your Pfizer thing. You just flip under the tongue. Vaccinated.
It doesn't work that way.
Are we sure though?
Yeah, because that's just going to get it to your digestive tract. You need to get it into your bloodstream.
Well, your digestive tract, I would assume there's blood around it. If around so facto, it'll migrate.
And I mean, unless it is really good at absorbing into your intestine, which God knows what that would even do, you're just going to poo it out. True. I was vaccinated for about 2 hours. Pooed it out.
Didn't get COVID once in that whole 2 hours though. So it works.
My toilet is super vaccinated now.
This is definitely gonna be a flu shot though, right? Like, are we gonna have to do it every year?
I don't think so. Once we get up to it,
if we do, like, I feel like I'm gonna get this one, but it's like I feel like if it's like an every year thing, I'm gonna be like, my doctor will be like every couple of years. She's like, "Did you get the flu shot this year?" I'm like, "I did not," and she'd be like, "Why don't you get the flu shot? Just hang around." And, okay. And I got the flu shot those years. Like, but then sometimes she didn't say that, and I was like, I just didn't get the flu shot. Like, I feel like that's how I'd be. She'd be like, "Did you get the COVID shot?" Yeah, we'll get you another one.
There's a large
I'll just hang number, here, Doc, but now they're all on the fucking phone.
There's a large number of people that don't get the flu shot every year. Just for me, a lot of the time it's laziness. Like, I get it when I'm visiting my parents, and my mom's like, "Hey, come by Walgreens," or like when I'll go and pick her up from work that night.
Can you get a flu shot at Tractor Supply?
I don't think so. But she'll be like, "Hey, just run it. Come here a little bit early, and I'll give you the flu shot." I'm like, "Cool." Sometimes she does it. So I don't know if I've gotten it in the last 3 years. I know I had to have at least one of those years, but I don't pay that close attention to any of this shit, and I just don't think about it. I'm not paying for it. Get the fuck out of here. I drink bourbon. That is my flu shot. Nothing can survive inside. The amount of alcohol I drink and the amount of poops that I take, nothing can survive inside my body for longer than 3 hours. It's just a fact. It's a medical fact. PTGMD, send us your questions. It's a medical fact.
Hashtag PTGMD at PassTheoryPod, and we'll answer them.
So, I mean, I think I'm on a whole nother level that doctors don't even want to go to because they're afraid.
Doctors hate him.
For these two simple tricks: drink bourbon and always have diarrhea.
That's the perfect like clickbait, Robert. If you make that a post, doctors hate him. Here's why.
Holy shit, I'm an idiot.
Doctors are really like, yes, they're like medical professionals and stuff like that. Like they have fucking gone balls to walls this last year, and they've done so much to like help all of us. But it's like I also feel like
Listen to them.
doctors in so many ways have like my personal physician has gotten off very easily because last time I've done 2 phone call things to get Adderall refills, and it's like last time I was like, Emma, watch how fast this is. And she timed it from the second, like, so it's like you have to go download an app, then they're like, hey, they're gonna call you at this time. You get like it's a FaceTime basically, and then like I'll sit here and it's like, yeah, what's up? And they're like, how's this? And they're like asking me like my blood pressure. I'm like, yeah, I don't know my blood pressure. Like, well, you don't know your blood pressure? I'm like, yeah, I'm not a doctor, man. Like, you guys do that. You guys do that when I'm there. I'm not there. I'm not gonna. And they're like, well, maybe next time, you can go to like a Walgreens. Like, I'm probably not gonna do that. I'm literally paying you guys right now for.
Am I paying you less for this visit? No, then no, I'm not doing that.
No, I'm not. If I'm late, like I get charged like either a late fee or my appointment gets canceled, right? When I show up on time and you guys are 45 minutes late, like I don't get a discount, do I? Okay, cool. I'm just not gonna do my blood pressure. We're gonna figure that out when I come in. And they're still like, no, we're doing remote only. And it's like I paid the same exact amount. And I told Emma, I was like, time it when I get on the phone with her. And Emma did it last time. I was on the phone for 6 minutes. Entire appointment was 6 minutes.
I can just imagine the doctor looking at me and going, what's your blood pressure? And I'm like, probably high, doc. Like, we both see each other, right? You see what I look like. It's not great. I can tell you that. I feel fine. I came to this visit so you could tell me if I'm okay, but you're not in the same room as me. So what the fuck are we doing here?
Right. And it's like, obviously it's important to like check up on your health, but it's like, it is so easy those situations. It is so easy in those situations though, like for that doctor to just sit there like, yep, okay, cool. Check that off. It's like, she could probably take 4,000 appointments a day now. Like, as opposed to like where you can only schedule so many, it's like she could have 15 appointments done by lunchtime. It'd be easy peasy. You'd probably do 15 in an hour if you really wanted to. It's like, they're probably making more money that way.
Yeah, but they also, I would think that more people schedule them because, they can do it and without leaving their house. And also there's got to be a lot more people that they're talking to where it's just like, they're asking 1,000 questions.
Oh, she asked a bunch of questions, and I know them now.
No, I'm talking about the patients. And like the doctor wants to be off there in 6 minutes. Like, you're probably her favorite patient. Like, oh, it's in, bam, 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 we're done. It's cool. Then there's people that go on for 20, 30 minutes. They're just like, well, doc, what about this? I'm not sure, and I'm scared. And can you give me more information on this? So they're like, oh my God, I could have had 19 other fucking appointments done in this time. But your dumbass paranoid self is fucking killing my call time.
Oh, like, so when I get my Adderall prescription refill, like I had to go in, it's like the same exact thing every time when I would go in person. They'd give me a sheet of paper and it's like, are you feeling depressed? Do you feel, and it's like basically like a depression thing. And like, she used to ask me the questions, like she would just physically like ask me. And now that like the nurse will do that, but like, I mean, she was like, are you ever feeling like it was something about like, have you ever thought about like had thoughts of like suicide? Or I was like, only like Mondays after the Giants lose. And I was making a joke. And I had to have like a depression discussion with her. I'm not thinking about killing myself. It's definitely not like, oh my God, I was kidding. I was fucking kidding. I'm wearing a Giants hat. I'm just pretend I didn't say it. And I was like, oh, okay, fuck. And so now like, she like makes sure to go through every single one of those questions every time. I was like, I was kidding.
I just thought, was it last week where I talked about, not being happy, but always being content?
Yes.
What if I had that conversation with a doctor? If they're like, are you happy? And I was like, no. Like,
then they'd be like, well, you should come in and do this and do this and do this.
So you're depressed? I'm like, no, not even a little bit. I'm like, I mean, I'm not ecstatic, but like my life is chill. I got no problems. Like, what is happening? Are you trying to fuck with me? I'm a doctor. You don't need to lie to me. I'm like, no, I'm Irish. I drink and I'm not happy. That's kind of what we do. Well, you should see this specialist. No, I shouldn't, doc. It's going to be a waste of my time or their time and my money.
Yeah, my doctor got like mad at me a couple years back because I didn't do like she wanted me to go do blood work, but I was like it's in a hospital. The doctor's office is in a hospital. And I was like, okay, like where do I go? And she's like, oh, well, it's not here. It's actually gonna have to go to this place. Like, okay, cool. And like I just left and never got the blood work done. And she's like, well, I was like, I'm not gonna go to another location. Like, we're in a hospital. There's gotta be somebody here that can draw blood. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it seems like it could be done without me having to go somewhere else.
I think if I had like a regular physician, a doctor or a psychiatrist or anything like that, I have to think I would be the most frustrating patient to fucking deal with. They're like, listen, not everything's
I am
a joke.
to an extent because I'm vague. Yeah, I'm like vague, but then I have like weird sarcasm with her, and it's like I don't know this. So everybody feels uncomfortable in a doctor's office. I feel like so it's like I'm trying to just be like chill about it, make a joke every now and then, and it's like I would made the depression joke.
Oh yeah, what's your blood pressure? Not great. They'd be like, no, not everything's a joke.
And well, we're gonna need an MRI on you, Pat. And you're like, no, please.
To me, literally everything is a joke. Oh, you have to stay quiet during this MRI. Can I fart?
Now we gotta do it again. Damn it.
A big doc. I've got to beat like I got a bet where the game starts in 45 minutes. So either we wrap this up before then or it's not happening. I don't know what to tell you.
We got bounce, Doc.
Oh, you can't leave. I'm sorry. I'm paying you, right? I can stand up and leave whatever the fuck I want.
Later. I'm gonna take a lollipop too.
Doc, you want to go get a beer? You just had blood drawn. Yeah, I need to buy less beers now. It's called being cost efficient.
Ubering, doctor. Chill out. I didn't have to pay for a doctor's visit. I'm a little light on cash. Obviously, this is the time to go.
For the first time in my life, I just got the urge to get a job with insurance so I could go to a doctor and just fuck with the doctor.
Don't. Though it's like
don't get a job with insurance. Got it.
No, don't fuck with the doctor. Like that was a huge mistake I made by just making that one joke that then now she like has to ask me the depression question every time. I'm like, yeah, man, I get sad my team loses. I'm sorry. Chill out. I'm fine.
Yeah, I get sad when I hammer a team and they shit the bed. Like, what?
Excuse me.
No, Doc, actually, I never get sad. I get angry a lot, though.
Right. Well, I'm not going to tell them that because then he's like, the Adderall makes me angry. It's like, the Adderall doesn't. My dumb brain just makes me angry because I can't control my emotions when my team is losing.
But then I'm telling you, like, then they ask me, well, why am I angry? What do I do to get rid of that anger? I'm like, Doc, I'm Irish. I do nothing. I internalize it, and I'm going to die at 50. That's why I'm here to see you, so you give me medication to stop that from happening.
So we can have the best 50 years we can get out of this bad boy. Let's go.
I'm seeing you so I get to 52. I'm paying you for 2 years, Doc. That's
all right. I don't want to say you have a tough road to go, but you do. And so that's why I'm here. But man. That came out of, I think, vaccine talk. So vaccines, comeback kid. And then one final comeback kid we got this week is Twitch streams. The Pass the Gravy Twitch streams are back. It had been a minute. But Pat and I are trying to start doing this more regularly. We streamed on Friday night. We played some Warzone with the boys. Got some dubs, largely thanks to everybody besides me. Although I got a couple kills out there.
Oh, you were getting some kills. You were contributing to the team consistently.
I think like I'm not. We don't need to talk Call of Duty very much on this, but it's like there's several modes of Call of Duty. Like zombies, it's pretty easy. Like there's not really a lot of like pushback, but then like multiplayer, I'm decent at multiplayer. I can get some. I can finish middle of the pack, sometimes top of the pack in multiplayer. Warzone, it's like never good at Warzone. I'm always battle royale. I'm like bottom of the barrel every single time. 1, 2. I had 4 kills one time, and I felt like I won the whole thing. And I was like, we were 11th, and I was like, I'm probably the best Warzone player. Like, no, you're not. But
you started about a year behind everyone else, though. So obviously but you're getting there. Your skill level is going up. It used to be like we would play 10 games. One of the games you'd have a kill. Now it's getting to the point where almost every game you're getting 1, sometimes 2 kills. Like the skill level is definitely going up.
Baby steps.
Yeah, you're getting there, man.
Baby steps.
That's
what I'm doing.
So yeah, and honestly, hey, I had already said to some of the guys earlier, I know this doesn't make sense for anyone who's listening later. We're going to play some tonight if you want to get a stream going.
I'm in.
All right.
I was streaming me playing zombies solo on Saturday.
I was watching.
Funny. Everybody's making fun of me. Like, Alex finally killing people. I was like, whoa, guys, I'm getting better. Okay. Just be nice to me. It's all about positivity and our little squads going there. I did play, and we'll wrap up the Call of Duty talk, but I did play, solos the other day. I got 8th. 8th with 0 kills.
Ooh, hey,
0 kills. Got 8th. I just hid.
Survive in advance.
A great man
That's what you
once
gotta
told
do.
me, "Don't fire unless fired upon," and that got me pretty far. And then I just kept hiding, and I was just like, all right. And then I got caught running, so I got killed.
That'll happen.
That was it. But I was like, you know what? I got 8th, and I didn't do anything the whole game. I just kind of hung out and chilled, which was pretty tight. But shout out to let me give a shout out to our buddy Daniel Barrington. He's a follower on our Twitch. He was watching both our Twitch streams this weekend. I think he watched both Friday and Saturday, and he actually has his own Twitch channel. Go follow him on Twitch. He's a Gravy Gang member. He's also a vet, so shout out to him. Thank you for your service. He is the Hollowverse on Twitch and on YouTube. The Hollowverse on Twitch and YouTube, all one word. Just go give him a shout out. Go give him a follow. Let him know the Gravy Gang sent you there. And he actually was pimping Past the Gravy on his YouTube channel last night. So shout out to him. Appreciate the love and appreciate you tuning in and listening to the podcast, man. So Daniel Barrington, the Hollowverse. Give him a follow on Twitch. If you're not following Past the Gravy podcast on Twitch at Past the Gravy Pod, go give it. It's twitch.tv/Past the Gravy Pod. You can set the notifications up. Sometimes I'm going to do a Gravy Gambles show. I'm not going to do it regularly. Just whenever I feel like it, I'm going to do it then. And we're going to try and stream some more. So maybe we're going to stream tonight if you're listening to this.
Because I got to go out of town this weekend, so I won't have any other chances. I'm leaving tomorrow.
If you're listening on Thursday, you're probably going to just be like, I missed it.
I
watch it. Twitch.tv/PastGaryPod.
Just tweeted out that we're going to be streaming later, so for them to keep an eye out. So
all right. That's what's up, man. But yeah, Twitch streams are back, and Past Gray Pod on Twitch is going to we're gonna start picking up our Twitch game now that we're an affiliate. No big deal, not to brag or anything. I still don't even really know what affiliate means, but that's what we are.
Not even a clue.
I see on some people's Twitter accounts it's like Twitch affiliate. I'm like, I'm that now. Should we add it to our bio?
Definitely.
I feel like we should.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Next up, let's move to the What Would Jesus Do segment. A lot of times growing up, we had the WWJD bracelets, but I never really knew like what the answer was. It was like, am I just supposed to ask the bracelet? The bracelet's going to tell me. Like, never did. It wasn't a fortune cookie. So we decided that you will send us a situation Jesus himself might find himself in today's times. At Past Grade Pod, use the hashtag PTGWWJD. Throw Jesus in a modern time situation. Give us a problem he would occur. We'll tell you what Jesus would do. This, guys, it's the What Would Jesus Do segment.
Jesus, what would Jesus do? Jesus, what would Jesus do? Put him in a situation in a modern time. If you wrote the stream, do you think he'd make it right? So think about this crazy world in which we live today, and how would Jesus handle it in any given way?
I feel like for the intros, you have to be watching the video version to make just even if you're listening, go back later and just watch the intros to the segments.
Oh yeah,
and you're gonna have a good time.
It's sexy.
Good time.
It's real sexy.
You should do a montage of those, Robert. Just make a montage of us just dancing and being weird during the segments. But regardless, the What Would Jesus Do segment this week, hashtag PTGWWJD at PastGaryPod. Raimundo Benavides at KMundoB on Twitter. He is the reigning Pastor Gravy Man of the Year. And I know he was in Tampa Bay over the weekend. He went to WrestleMania. But ironically, we were just talking about gaming. He says, what would Jesus's gamer tag be if he was a gamer?
The first thing that just popped in my head was Boulder Boy 420.
I don't think he's going to go 420 on it.
I don't know. It's just that was the.
I would assume that Jesus's 420 is 316.
Boulder Boy 316. There you go.
Bold, cold 316.
Water Walker. I don't know. Boulder Boy why is Boulder Boy the first fucking thing that popped into my head?
I don't know, but I don't hate it.
Because I think he'd have a sense of humor with it.
Right.
I was also okay. I'm not gonna lie. Technically, that was the second thing that popped in my head. The first thing that popped in my head was he is risen for 2069, and I was like, it's a little.
But it'd be like he is RZN.
I like Boulder Boy.
Boulder Boy is actually a really good one.
Water Walker is a.
No, I think we go Boulder Boy. I like you came out the gates with it. You sold it to me, and I think I think Boulder Boy. I don't know if 420 is it. Boulder Boy 316.
I just tagged it on there because it was, that's what everyone has.
Boulder Boy 316, I think, is what he would go with.
Boulder Boy 316, yeah.
That's pretty.
I'm not gonna lie. I want to change my gamer tag now.
Do it. You should. You don't have to change your gamer tag. You can change your Call of Duty name. Just change it to Boulder Boy 316.
I changed it too recently, so I can't now. Because I became Tanya Harding.
He did. So, Robert, on Call of Duty, you can change your call name to whatever it is. Mine is just Gravy King. It used to be Gravy King 69, but apparently that's too controversial to the servers, so I had to remove 69. Now I'm just Gravy King. And Pat and his buddies are just people that got acquitted of murder.
No, it's just athletes that have committed crimes. So we have
that have got okay. But most of them was like OJ Simpson,
Tanya
Oscar
Harding,
Pistorius.
OJ, Oscar Pistorius. I'm struggling to think of the other names right now, but it's just somebody the other day we got another guy to join us and he took Deshaun Watson.
Let's not talk. Let's not get into that. We're not. That's not even murder. That's a totally different thing.
Well, it was just criminal athletes was the whole thing. So what Sam Hurd was, I was trying to get my Cowboys friends to take, which if you guys remember, Sam Hurd was the former Cowboys receiver that was selling weed and cocaine to the entire league.
But he didn't get caught with just a little bit of weed and cocaine. He got caught with
pounds and pounds
tons of it. It was what are you doing? Are you playing in the NFL or are you a drug dealer? And he's like, I'm both. Yeah,
somebody in our group has Aaron Hernandez as his clan tag. We're all over the place. Oh, and the clan tag name is Acquit, AQUIT.
Yeah. So, but it's super fun because Gravy King, obviously that's Alex. Everybody knows Alex is Gravy King. Tanya Harding, I forget who is who half the time. So it's Tanya. What are we? Okay, Pat. It's Pat.
That's what makes me laugh. I'm the only one that took a woman because not a lot. The only other woman
because Pat cares.
And when it comes to female athletes that have committed crimes, it's Tanya Harding and Hope Solo. Which now that I think about it, I wish I had taken Hope Solo.
I do. What did she? She hit a guy though.
She
her
punched
boyfriend.
No, probably her boy. I think her boyfriend too, but she also punched her sister and her 16-year-old nephew in the face. Because she was
the 16-year-old nephew being kind of a fuckface? Because that's discipline, maybe. I don't know.
No, Hope Solo was a raging drunk and would not leave the house after they told her to multiple times. And when they were finally you really need to leave, she just went off and started punching people in the face. Hope Solo's an asshole. She's an asshole.
She's great goalkeeper.
Great goalkeeper, bad drunk.
Great goalkeeper though.
Yeah.
Bad drunk on one night. We don't know. That's not.
No. It was
one night doesn't show how everything is.
It was a pattern with her, and I'm pretty sure she hit her sister multiple times.
It was a pattern. My friend Pat took a turn.
Yeah.
My friend Disray got new specs.
Pat has taken many turns with alcohol, and never once have I been violent on alcohol. So
it was when Jan was trying to teach Michael the lines to remember her deposition, and she was we saw a pattern of disrespect. He's oh, my friend Pat took a turn. My friend Disray got new specs, and I was that's not going to remember it at all. How are you memorizing what you're supposed to say?
Michael's brain.
But yeah, Boulder Boy 316, solid gamer 100%. Tag for Jesus. Thank you, Raimundo Benavidez. Appreciate you, bro. If you guys have any other suggestions for the What Would Jesus Do segment, we're only going to do it until you guys stop submitting them. Hashtag PTGWWJD at Pass the Gravy Pod on Twitter. Pat, will you do me a favor and tell our friends about the good folks at Southern Star Brewing Company?
I would love to.
By the way, May 1st, Hold on Hollywood, playing at Southern Star Brewing Company. Would you like to go up there and maybe introduce the band with me? We've gotten the invitation.
I saw that. I think there might be something that I'm doing out of town. I don't know, but I would love to be there. Also,
regardless, I will be Katy. There.
Yeah, I think they're in Katy the next weekend after that too. So I was kind of planning on seeing them in Katy as well. Yeah, out at the Wildcatter. Yeah, I want to go. Pencil me in right now. I can't 100% say yes, but yes. You know what I can 100% say yes to? Southern Star Brewing Company. Guys, you know we love them. We know you love them. They're the greatest beer. Every beer they come out with is better than the last. Well, actually, I don't want to say that because, I mean, how can you top perfection? Right now, today, I'm drinking the Southern Brunch. I went to the store today, got a little Southern Brunch, got my Low Cal, which if you're like me, trying to, look after the weight a little bit, it's perfect. You don't lose any flavor. Still full flavored. Absolutely amazing. We've got the Metzi Pecan Stout, which I'm absolutely losing my shit over. For a long time, I've been saying that the Korova here is my favorite beer that they make. Well, you know what? They're not making it anymore. So I think the Metzli right now is the new favorite. As far as seasonals go, I mean, obviously you can't top the strawberry bombies or just the original bombies. If you like a no frills, just straightforward, delicious beer, it's hard to beat. You also got seasonal right now. We get the Hop Wave IPA, but guys, I'm telling you, if you have not had it yet, if you like a little bit of a darker beer, this Metzli Pecan Stout, guys, this one's special. This isn't just a seasonal beer that comes out where it's a damn good beer that they put together. This might be a beer that we might have to harass them about. This might have to become
Pecan Day, actually, so it's perfect for today.
I'm telling you guys, though, Alex, I'm thinking this might have to be our next Strawberry Blonde, where we just badger them until they keep making it, because that shit is on another level of delicious.
I mean, if we didn't have a beer of our own that is going to come out very soon, then I would say absolutely. Like, we can definitely push them to keep the Metzli around, but like, we're gonna need the Gravy Gang in full force to come out May 30th. Southern Star Brewing Company, Pass the Gravy. I think we're doing a live podcast out there. A little bonus episode action for you guys. May 30th, the release of the years we've talked about it. We've acted like we could maybe get it done, and they're finally making it happen. Darling Like a Marlin from Southern Star Brewing Company. They're putting that out. We came up with the name of the beer. Obviously, Darling Like a Marlin's such a catchy name that like Dave and Keith and the gang at Southern Star were like, we're going to make a beer after it. So they're going to release the beer May 30th. It's going to be canned. I actually have my friend Alex working on it right now. He's working on the design for the can. That is going, and like the design he's working on is going to look fucking sexy as shit. Robert, you don't have to drink it. I'm just going to give you a can. It's going to be like a keepsake. Just here you go. And you're like, we got this beer for this dumb name that I don't really like. Alex made him name it for it. And I'm gonna say, no, it's Darling Like a Marlin. The beer's gonna be awesome. You're gonna take a sip. Anybody that wants to have some of it, it's gonna take a sip of it. And like, man, that is Darling Like a Marlin. Robert's just gonna be like, look, I'm gonna get you one of it'll be like a trophy case. So it'll just be like sealed in it, It'll just be like, and maybe it'll be on a little rotating thing with a light under it.
Oh, that's cool.
People are like, what is this can? You're like, it's this idiot came up with a beer idea. They made it. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. But Darling Like a Marlin coming out May 30th, Southern Star Brewing Company. I'm pretty stoked because that means like I get to open my month of May out at Southern Star May 1st for Hold On Hollywood. And then I get to close the month May 30th out at Southern Star as well, with the release of Darling Like a Marlin. That's the one we're going to have to fight. The Gravy Gang's going to have to go up and buy all of the Darling Like a Marlin. You're going to have to push it out. We're going to have to make that our new Strawberry Bombshell Blonde.
It's going to change the world.
It's Darling Like a Marlin. Have you had it? And then why is it called Darling Like a Marlin? Because it's fucking Darling Like a Marlin, dude. It's fucking Darling Like a Marlin. It's great.
Don't overthink it.
And it's awesome. And I can't wait. I'm so excited. Like, it's like we've said it so many times already, but it's literally one of the coolest things ever to happen to me, like to have a beer that we came up with a name for, and they're going to do it. That's why we love Southern Star, best beer in the entire world on the planet. You will never find a beer that is better than a Southern Star beer. Check them out, get them wherever you get your beers. Your Specs is going to have a wider variety. The liquor stores are going to have a wider variety, but they got them at Kroger, they got them at HEB, anywhere here in Texas. If you're drinking a Southern Star, tag us at Past Great Pod, tag them on Twitter and Instagram, Southern Star BC, and at Southern Star Brewing Co. Twitter and Instagram. Let them know you're supporting the people supporting us. Southern Star Brewing Company, the official beer sponsor of Pass the Gravy. And
there's a new beer launch on May 1st as well. I don't know if you said that when I was running off to take a pee.
Well, tell our good friends about it.
I don't think it says on here. I was pulling up and looking at the thing, and it says there's a new beer launch that day. I don't know if they've announced what it is yet.
I have an idea, but Keith told me one of them I was supposed to keep on the low, so I don't know.
Okay, so don't say it.
I'm not going to say it just because I want to err on the side of caution. You can go to Southern Star Brewing Company on Facebook. You can see their schedule. They have everything. They'll tell you what's getting released and everything. I just don't want to spoil it. And I don't have it pulled up right now, but Southern Star Brewing Company is also the official sponsor of our mock draft season this year. Mock draft season. What is it? Well, every year after football season's over, you have Mel Kiper on ESPN. You have Todd McShay out there, and they're putting out mock draft of who's going where in the NFL draft. We think we are 2 weeks away from the NFL draft. So we have this and then 2 more weeks, it seems like, of mock draft season left. We don't pick football players or anything like that. So we're just picking a random topic suggestion that people had for us. Hashtag PTG mock draft if you have any suggestions. But if it's like something hot in the news, that's what we'll kind of just try and do a mock draft of this week. Johnson & Johnson, we just talked about. Johnson's very hot in the streets right now. We're going to do a mock draft of Johnson's. You can be the name Johnson, you can be a first, last name, whatever it is. Got to have Johnson somehow involved in it. That's what we're going to do our mock draft of. Last week's mock draft of, what was our mock draft last week?
Bullshit.
Wasn't bullshit. It wasn't. That was
the voting was bullshit.
What was it? It was most quotable movies. Mock draft
yes.
of most quotable movies. I was actually shocked at the results. I mean, I expected to win. I did expect to win. Robert getting...
one of Robert's movies had one quote.
That's
And
quotable. It's quotable.
What?
It's not the
I don't wanna
movies that
read
have
his
the
DM.
most quotes. It's
But there's
just
a
the
guy who
most
got
quotable.
real mad in my DMs about your fucking thing. Like, we definitely forgot a ton. We left off a lot of them, okay?
Yes, and I get
There were a
that Monty
ton, but it's like we
Python
can only
probably
pick
hurt
12.
me. But like,
We can only pick
God,
12. But like Robert had snakes on a plane, which is just like I'm sick of
It's
these
just a bad
motherfucking
pick.
snakes on this motherfucking plane. Like he had one line in it.
That's quotable.
And this guy
That's
was
quotable.
so mad. There was a guy he was like, oh, how the fuck can Robert pick that second? And how's his second pick? And I was like, I don't know, man. He doesn't watch a lot of movies.
I don't
always
know,
tell
but
you
I
he
wanna
watches
meet
10
this
movies
guy.
ever.
I agree, buddy. I agree. It was a shit pick. He's never
And I
even
would-
seen the movie.
I would feel the same way too, Pat, if I hadn't won. And I did win, though, so it doesn't really matter to me. I'm just happy I got the point.
I
But-
know they like trolling me, and I still get mad every fucking time.
You've gotten last all but 1 week, right?
No, I think I've gotten third 3 times, or I mean second 3 times.
Okay, that's not too bad then. But last week's results and our mock drafts of the most quotable movies, I was first at 46% of the vote. Robert was second with 31%, and Pat was third with 23% of the vote. So on the mock draft season, our standings, I am in first with 5 wins, which I believe that kind of clinches it for me. I think we have 3. So Robert could tie me. Robert could tie me, which is bad if I say that on the podcast now, which means people are just gonna fucking troll and make Robert win. But whatever. I'll just try and win it this week, and just I'll just play for funsies. I'll just put terrible answers next couple weeks if I win this weekend. But
They'll still vote you over me.
I have 5 wins on this season. Robert has 2. Pat has 9. And is officially eliminated from contention of winning this mock draft.
Of winning. I can still get second. Not
Right,
going to happen.
I didn't say not.
Because they know I care, and they're just going to fuck with me.
So our mock draft of Johnson's, it's going to go in reverse order of last week's finish. There is no snake draft. It's just going to go, Pat got last, so it's going to go Pat, Robert, me, Pat, Robert, me, Pat, Robert, me, Pat, Robert, me. The mock draft of Johnson's. Pat, what are we taking 1-1?
You know what? Fuck it. This is the second time I've taken him in mock draft season. I'm taking Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I thought that was going to be 1-1 no matter what.
He's too good not to take. I mean, come on. I mean, there's a lot of other ones, but I mean, come on, guys. It's The Rock.
Pretty sure that pick cost you. It cost you, Pat.
Shut up.
It might.
Shut up,
It depends
Robert.
on what our voter. It's up to the voters.
Fine, I changed it. I'm taking my Johnson.
Nope. Robert, back to you. Or yours. Your first pick.
I'm gonna go ahead and take Magic Johnson.
God damn it. Those are the 2 I wanted. I mean, obviously, those are the most popular. I feel like I gotta just say, like, referring to a dick as a Johnson. I'm calling a dick a Johnson. Dicks? Is that what do I put in the little, like, sheet? Dicks? AKA Johnson, AKA your Johnson.
No, you have to put Johnson's first, and then
AKA a dick. Oh, yeah, Johnson's AKA a dick.
Referring to your dick as a Johnson.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Pat,
back to you.
Let's see. Damn Damn it. You know what? Former president of the United States from Texas, Lyndon Baines Johnson.
Oh, wow. You know, he did drop an atom bomb. Some are saying he also is responsible for the death of Kennedy. So,
also,
wow, that's your thing. When we all know Dallas was, but
he famously liked to pull out his Johnson because apparently he had a huge dick and he would pull it out in front of other heads of state to make them feel inadequate. Fun fact that's pretty awesome.
Pretty problematic flex these days.
These days, not back then. It wasn't.
Robert, what's your second pick?
I'm gonna go with Randy Johnson.
He did explode a bird with a pitch. That's fucking sick. You know, it's hard to go against Randy Johnson.
And his dick literally his name literally means horny dick. So that's pretty funny.
That literally translates to horny dick for sure. A very, very good observation. I think I'm gonna try and play it to our Houston viewers and listeners. I'm gonna go Andre Johnson.
Shit! I was
like, he beat the shit out of Cortland Finnegan. That's fucking like, how can you be against Dre? Every Christmas he takes kids to Toys R Us, foots the bill. Like, what a great guy!
He beat the F out of Cortland Finnegan. Get it?
Oh, because Finnegan. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
There we go. Take a second there.
Damn it!
I
knew he wasn't going to last long. I really thought I was going to get him in the third round. All right, third round. I'm going to take the lead singer from AC/DC, Brian Johnson.
Brian Johnson's solid one.
My favorite band of all time.
I did not know that was your favorite band.
Yeah, I figured I was really hoping I could get Andre in the third and him in the fourth. You screwed up my plans.
I thought maybe like Luke Bryan was your favorite band.
Yeah, but he doesn't. His last name's not Johnson. So,
Robert, you're very lucky. I don't know where you live because I would drive to your house right now and take a shit on your front doorstep.
You wouldn't do it. He's got security cams.
I do.
I don't care if I get caught. I'd still do it.
He's a firearms owner, so he would defend it. Castle law.
I would hope Robert has the security cams. Then he could tweet it out for content.
That's actually a good point.
All right, I'm gonna go with Jake Johnson.
From New Girl.
Yes, from New Girl.
Fucking great! I was just watching that earlier. Literally, when I reply to people with a GIF, the first thing I do is put him in the GIF search and see if there's a GIF of him that I can find to use.
I didn't even have him on my
list.
He's
really funny. Dude, what's his name in the show?
Nick
Miller.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he might be my favorite. No, Ron Swanson will always be my favorite, but I think he's my second favorite sitcom character of all time.
He's really
just not being a successful adult. He just speaks to me.
I feel like I can't go to football players. So what I'm going to do to pander a little bit is, they say behind every great man is a woman. And Lyndon B. Johnson, although he did, like I said earlier, drop an atom bomb and killed tons of people because of that and was allegedly part of the Kennedy conspiracy with the city of Dallas. But like also his wife, Lady Bird Johnson. They made a movie about her. And then most importantly, King of the Hill, they named the dog after Lady Bird Johnson. So if so,
Hank Hill,
Lady Bird Johnson is who I'm going to go with. Your final pick of the draft, Pat.
I'm going to have to go with, at this point, it's just you're taking value on the board. One of the greatest wide receivers of all time, Calvin Johnson, Megatron.
Mm-hmm.
He's really just the best option left.
There's another receiver that I almost took with my last pick as well, but like I can't go double receivers. I don't want to flood the market,
You can.
And
it doesn't matter.
The Cowboys, so I'm not going to pick a Cowboy.
I took a king, a queen, a prince, and a princess one time just to spread out my picks. Didn't fucking help for shit.
That's true. Robert, your final pick.
Oh, I have quite a few. Earlier, I couldn't think of any, but I got a few now that I can choose from. It's tough. Do I want to go like the silly pick and hopefully screw over Pat, or do I want to try to win and maybe tie you up in the
Either
rankings.
one is going to screw me over. So it
Really,
doesn't
just go to
matter.
screw over Pat. Honestly,
Robert,
I am biased.
Alex is saying that because he doesn't want you to go for the win, but it doesn't matter
Yeah,
either
he
way.
doesn't
You're going to
want me
beat
to go
me.
for the win.
It doesn't matter. They're gonna
do whatever makes you happiest, Robert.
because they know I try not to care about this, and it fucking still pisses me off every week.
All right, I'm gonna go with Tylenol, a Johnson & Johnson product.
Do we allow that?
Do we allow that? If you don't allow it, then I got.
I don't think so. No, I don't.
It's like no tears baby shampoo is what I would have gone with. That's also Johnson & Johnson. You know.
Yeah, I don't think that works.
I think we're vetoing that.
You're vetoing?
I think
All right.
you've got to have a Johnson in it.
All right, I'm gonna go with Dakota Johnson.
Yep.
Johnson solid.
50 Shades of Grey, the second best woman available with the last name Johnson, which
She
I will tell you
also
about.
Was in the office
She was.
temporarily. I think she was a secretary for a couple of episodes.
I remember that.
So yeah, Alex, why don't you tell us what we have? Oh wait, no, you still have one, don't you?
Right. Yeah. Hold on. I'm finding out
sorry.
where she was in the office. Yeah.
Oh no, he's just googling women named Johnson so he could steal my
No,
honorable mention.
she was the accountant that replaced Kevin when he got fired.
Really?
Yeah.
So she was in like the least viewed episodes.
Yeah, she was in two scenes in the show's finale. That was it.
Yeah, never mind. That doesn't make sense. That
Well, the
thing was
finale
viewed
of
like
The
a
Office
motherfucker.
wasn't bad. I'm gonna go with this is a fun fact about me. My first celebrity crush ever.
No!
Amy Jo Johnson,
Damn
the
it!
Pink Ranger.
That was the
Susie
best
Q.
woman available.
Holy shit, Amy Jo Johnson. I gotta go with her, dude.
Oh.
I fell in love with her, man.
I was
fell in love
hoping
with her.
nobody
I
would take
loved
that.
The Pink Ranger. I loved
Bro.
Susie Q. And then when Susie Q, when the Disney movie came out, I was like, that's the Pink Ranger. That's the Pink Ranger. Like I
love
remember
that
like
movie.
I had the little TV with the VCR in it, and I remember recording it on Disney. So I had like it was like a bootleg recorded version of it. I had fast forward through the commercials with Susie Q was my shit growing up because she was in it. Power Rangers, I was already into Power Rangers. She was just a hottie in Power Rangers. So like Amy Jo Johnson, the Pink Ranger / Susie Q.
I almost took her
God.
over Calvin. Bro, and I'm still just fucking that. Everyone remembers her as the Pink Ranger. Susie Q. What a fucking great movie.
What a smoke, though.
Oh, where can my baby be? Like, why? Here's a question that would have fit in the Precome segment. Why does that song only come on when it's raining outside? That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Because then you don't want to listen to it because you're like, I'm definitely going to die right now.
Yeah. When I grew up and realized what that song was about, I was like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's
his girlfriend died in his arms. Fucking dark as shit.
Okay. Our mock draft of Johnsons. To recap what we got. I'm really interested to see how the vote goes this week. Like, I have no idea.
Not for me.
There's not really like a feel I got from anybody. Like I have no idea where the voters are gonna go. Pat's mock draft of Johnsons. He's got Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Lyndon B. Johnson, Brian Johnson from AC/DC, and Calvin Johnson. Robert has Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson also all time like John. It's like great cock is basically like literally like Robert has the best literally translates to. He's got Magic Johnson, which is awesome dick, and then he's got Randy Johnson, which is horny penis. Like, pretty great. Then he's got Magic Johnson, Randy Johnson, Jake Johnson from New Girl, and Dakota Johnson. And then I have referring to your dick as your Johnson. Like, somebody had to pick that. Andre Johnson, Lady Bird Johnson, and Amy Jo Johnson, aka the Pink Power Ranger, and Susie Q. This is a pretty wide open draft. Anybody's game, honestly. My biasness would probably say I'm gonna win still. Although I think Jake Johnson might hurt you, Robert. I think people that like New Girl, I think it's gonna benefit you. I think Jake Johnson may hurt you.
It should help him, but I think it might. That was a sneaky, great pick.
It was a very good value pick. I'm not knocking your pick.
Yeah.
I got
a Hall of Famer.
idea.
I got a Hall of Famer in the 4th round, but it's also like
Robert literally has
he
two
played for
Hall
the-
of Famers on his though.
he played, yeah, but I got mine in the 4th round. But also he played for the Lions, and it's But Brian Johnson,
I think Calvin Johnson would have been the greatest receiver of all time had he continued to play. Very Barry Sanders-esque.
Up there. Yeah, the Lions have fucking ruined 2 Hall of Fame careers.
Like Barry Sanders, already one of the greatest running backs of all time, talent-wise, but like Calvin Johnson was a fucking stud wide receiver.
You know what is? Barry Sanders is a lot like and we'll just go through this quickly. A lot like oh my God, for the Browns back in the day, the actual greatest running back of all time. Jim Brown. Yeah. They both only
Like
didn't
Jim
Barry
Brown
only
for the
play
Browns?
9 years? Yeah, he only played 9 years. I'm pretty sure Barry only played 9 years. It was partially, well, this team sucks and I don't want to go anywhere else. And partially, well, I want to live a long life. And as a running back, I can't do that if I keep doing this.
Right.
But also,
And
fuck the
he
Lions.
like saw ahead of it. He saw ahead of where everything was going. He's like, I can't take these hits.
Yeah.
Also, they're not going to build a line around me, so I should bail.
Yeah. I mean, all of his greatest runs of all time, it was 3 people in the background or backfield immediately.
Like, but people eventually, I feel like, are just going to say that Sanders walked so Saquon could fly.
Okay.
I think Saquon
right.
might be the next
On
one.
that note,
that's me getting carried away.
let's get to honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions. Okay, here's a fun fact for the honorable mention. Karen Johnson, aka Whoopi Goldberg.
No shit.
Whoopi Goldberg. Fun fact about that. Emma brought this to my attention. She was like, "What's y'all's mock draft?" I was like, "Johnson." She's like, "You should say Whoopi Goldberg." I was like, "That's not. I don't feel like that's a weird one to go with. We would have had to allow it, but." Whoopi Goldberg said that she was talking about doing like stand up and stuff, and she was like, when you're on stage all the time, like to me, Whoopi Goldberg is the female voice of like Lil Wayne. Like that's basically what they said. I'm Whoopi Goldberg, and it's just I sound like, and just without the lighter sound effect. She said like, when I was doing stand up, you didn't really have a lot of time during, like you had to go, you had to break wind, you just broke wind, and people used to say I sounded like a whoopee cushion, and they called her Whoopi because she passed gas a lot, I guess. Whoopi Goldberg. I think her real last name is Goldberg. Or no, her I don't know, something like that. Her mom's maiden name was Goldberg or something like that. Goldberg was like a family name. But Whoopi, that was just a nickname she got, and so she went with that. But her real name is Karen Johnson.
Did not know that.
Who else do we got?
Robert Johnson, who most people won't know, but he's the famous story from a guitarist going down to the crossroads and selling his soul to the devil. Based on this guy, he disappeared for like 2 years, came back, one of the greatest blues guitarists of all time. There's only like 3 recordings ever that exist from him. He was from the 30s.
Speaking of Robert, a blues guitarist or blues people, Blind Willie Johnson. Didn't even know about him until today.
But nobody knows who that is. So,
but that just sounds like 1920s guy should be. Oh, Blind Willie Johnson over there. He's playing down at the country club.
There's also Jimmy I.E. and Jimmy Y. Johnson. Jimmy I.E. Johnson being one of the greatest NASCAR drivers of all time. Jimmy Y. Johnson, former Cowboys and Miami Hurricanes coach.
And co-host of the NFL Sunday show on Fox. Great show. I like Jimmy Johnson now, but like I couldn't pick him because he was a Cowboy.
Now, also some of the greatest hair of all time.
Yeah, and he's like just rich as shit, and like it's a sick flex that like behind him because of COVID this past year, he just had like pictures of him with different presidents that he would rotate every week behind him on like in his little studio he was in, and then he would just do it from his yacht sometimes, which was fucking sick. I don't know, Jimmy Johnson, dude, he's funny.
He did flex this whole year.
He's like the perfect like other guy besides Terry. They sound the same to me. Like Terry, what are you talking about, Terry?
Here's what it is.
He's just a less country version of Terry.
Jimmy is Southern with class, and Terry is just Southern.
Yeah. Terry's Louisiana Southern. Jimmy's like Savannah Southern.
Yeah, Terry's just a Cajun that got out.
Obviously, Jack Johnson.
Jack Johnson, I had
singer,
on there
I
too.
almost took him instead of Lady Bird, but Jack Johnson, fucking great.
Around sophomore, junior year, I had a big Jack Johnson phase.
I also went through that. Was it sophomore, senior year, or junior, senior year? Me and my friend Corbin, it was like we would just like he learned how to play the like all the songs of Dispatch and Jack Johnson on his acoustic guitar.
Actually,
and that was like fire drinking songs.
It was my junior year because I remember being like, I'm 2 years behind everyone else because I had a friend that constantly made fun of me when I would bring it up. He's like, yes, we all listened to this freshman year. And I was like, I don't care. I love Bubbly Toast. It's a great song. I'm now old enough
Banana
to
Pancakes.
Yeah, banana, love it. CJ2K, Chris Johnson from the Titans.
Chris Johnson, yep. Sean Johnson. I didn't pick her because she was
the gymnast.
Olympic gymnast, winner of Dancing with the Stars. That was why I didn't pick her, because I think it's a little bit cheating. Like I saw that Paula Abdul was upset she didn't get on Dancing with the Stars. I think one of the most recent seasons. It's like, yeah, bitch, you were a fucking dancer. Like you danced for a part of your job. Like that's like to me, it was like Sean Johnson is like you like gymnastics isn't dancing, but it's pretty fucking close. So it's like adjacent. When you won, like you winning Dancing with the Stars is like, okay, like that's not really fair. You know, like her doing that, and then Steve-O, like her competition was like Steve-O. Like Steve-O is who we should have Dancing with the Stars. We should have people that don't know how to dance, have to learn how to dance. That's the whole point. Like you already have the foundation.
Yeah, touche. The last one I had, one of the greatest actors of the 80s and 90s, Don Johnson.
Don Johnson.
Miami Vice, fucking Nash Bridges. Also, he played the dickhead in Tin Cup.
I forgot about that.
Right, dude?
Yeah, that's a solid one. I don't think our listeners would have like.
That's what
Don Johnson.
That's why. But also when he turns sideways during Tin Cup and just hits it down the road and lets it keep bouncing to beautiful scene. Great scene.
Was your favorite moment in Tin Cup, Robert?
In what?
Tin Cup.
Tin Cup.
Never.
Where he hits in the Tin Cup.
I guess. Sure.
Yeah. I had. This is just what I had left. Jimmy Johnson, Keyshawn Johnson. I was almost to Keyshawn Johnson. It's like he was a Cowboy, and I can't do that. Brad Johnson, the quarterback, brought the Bucs their first Super Bowl. Gary Johnson, the politician. Rocky Johnson created Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Dustin Johnson, the golfer. Howard Johnson, hotels.
Good hotels.
The company Johnson & Johnson. That's what I had left. Robert did not seem like he had a ton of, like, I think you said you had like 13 and you're like, we only need 12. Like, we're good.
No, yeah. Robert said he had like 8.
Yeah, I had like 8 at the beginning of it. And then like some of the other ones that I have on here are Johnson & Johnson products. I had a Tylenol.
Well, you could have just taken Johnson & Johnson, but then it's also like, that's a super problematic thing right now. So maybe
I had Tylenol. I had Band-Aid.
Didn't Ryan Johnson, didn't he do the superhero movies?
Right.
No, he directed Star Wars, The Last Jedi, the least favorite of the new trilogy.
Okay.
He kind of fucked it up.
I thought like Ryan Johnson, but it's like Rian. Like,
what a dickhead name.
Well, I don't think he picked it.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, hey, I had a buddy in high school, Johnson Miller. Yeah. Shout out Johnson. He was my catcher. He was my catcher senior year.
You're a pitcher. He is the catcher. Cool.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sup, Johnson? I know you ain't listening, but what's up, buddy?
Forward this to him, somebody.
Oh man, I know we talked about it, but that's one of my favorite things to do is just bring up people from high school.
It's like
nobody knows.
Him, all right, let's move on to that was the mock draft. If you got any more mock draft ideas, hashtag PTG mock draft at Pass the Gravy Pod. Let's move to the not cool segment where we tell you guys, like throughout the week, there's just shit that happens. This is kind of a way to like everybody can just vent a little bit, and it can be you can be your own not cool. It can be something stupid you did. It can be something that happened to you. Just in general, just makes you say, man, that's not cool. Like it can be a serious thing. It can be something just it's unfortunate or just inconvenient. But hashtag PTG not cool at Pass the Gravy Pod. I'm at Alex J Middleton. Pat's at not Pat DN. Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. This is the Not Cool segment brought to you by our good friends at Alamo Remedy CBD. I love me some Alamo Remedy. I actually do not have the gummies anymore. I need to go back and get some more gummies. I'm going to head over to almoremedy.com right now. Use my promo code from my favorite podcast, Pass the Gravy. You just use the promo code PTG at checkout. You get 10% off of your order. Why would you not want that? It's pretty awesome. They already have 5% off site-wide. You use our promo code PTG. That's 15% off. What a fucking deal. What a fucking deal. They have the tincture oil, the cucumber melon lotion. That is my jam. I had this like thing in like, I don't know. I feel like I just have shitty posture, and it was like right in between my shoulder blades all week last week. Fucking killing me. So I was just putting that cucumber melon lotion on there, made it feel way better. I played soccer on Saturday. My hip was feeling a little sore. Put that on there. Sunday, woke up feeling like a champ. The gummies, I cannot recommend the gummies enough. Those are just $17.99. Most of their products are priced at $17.99. They have the hemp flower that isn't weed. It looks like weed. It smells like weed. You can smoke it. You can roll it up, smoke it. You can cook with it. You can do whatever you want with it. It'll just give you that cool little, like, it'll give you a nice little buzz, but you're not going to be, you know, if you're smoking a little hot leaf, you might go out, you got the paranoia, you got that, like the awkwardness where like paddle, Alex, what do you want to eat? And you're like, pass. Like,
Butthole.
yeah. Like I don't know. You're like, everybody knows. Like nobody will know when you got the hemp flower. It's 100% legal. They're going to mail it to you. There's no THC in it. It's good to go. You get a 3.5 gram jar for $19.99. That's a pretty solid discount when you also use our promo code PTG for 10% off of that. And they have their new hydrating CBD lip balm for just $9. AlamoRemedy.com. Alamo Remedy CBD on Twitter and Insta, or Alamo Remedy on Twitter, at Alamo Remedy CBD on Instagram. Give them a follow. Let them know you are supporting the people supporting the podcast. Use the promo code PTG at checkout. If you use our promo code, we're going to get a notification. I'll give you a shout out on the next podcast. Go order AlamoRemedy.com. Promo code PTG, 10% off your order. AlamoRemedy.com, the official sponsor of the Not Cool segment that begins now.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool. Dude, that's not cool. Not cool. Not cool.
I'll go first because I have two that are pretty stupid ones, but they're quick. One is me being really, like, I'm on a really cold streak in betting, probably the worst one I've been on all year. I had been pretty hot as of late, not to brag, but it's like I've been just digging myself a hole the last 2 weeks, just losing.
Yeah.
Losing, and
I'm right with you, buddy.
We're gonna bounce back though. We're gonna bounce back at Gravy Gambles. Fun thing, like right now, if you just want to fade us, just do the opposite of what I tweet at Gravy Gambles every day. Just do the opposite of that. It'll probably pay off.
No, because now is when we're gonna get hot. You don't want to do it now.
Right. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe don't do that then. So I don't know. We'll just get better. We're just gonna get better. But being cold at gambling, nobody gives a fuck about my bets really. But like at Gravy Gambles, if you want to see them. I've just been on a cold streak as of late. And then my other not cool is, so I shower every morning, I blow dry my hair, and I gotta get the beard nice and dried before I go to work. And I have used like the little like I always will just go to my second bathroom and I'll plug my little hair blow dryer in, and I'll blow dry my hair, and like it wasn't working the other day, and so I went to my other bathroom and tried to plug it in there, and it wasn't working there either. And I was like, what the fuck happened? Like both of the outlets went out in my bathrooms for some reason. And there's like a reset button. There's a red button and a yellow button. And I pushed them both and tried to figure it out. And it wouldn't work. Put it like a little maintenance request in. And then today Emma was like, I fucked with them and I figured it out. And I was like, what? And she just hit the same fucking reset buttons I did, but Emma knows how to do that shit, and I'm just an idiot. So me being an idiot and not figuring out how to hit a reset button correctly is my not cool.
That's all you got?
Yeah. I felt pretty stupid though.
Yeah. All right, I've got a few. First one, I'm just gonna start off with the most painful one. This right here, the Kurova milkshake, which I have long said, and I said earlier in this podcast, that is my
open one as well.
Oh yeah, I went to the store where I can normally find them today, and they're not there anymore. So I think, guys, now I'm sure there's still a few out there here and there.
I got a 6-pack for you if you would like.
I think we're at the end. I think we're out of Kurova, and it's a sad time because this
T's and P's.
This is arguably the most delicious beer I've ever had in my life.
It is phenomenal.
It is that good. It is just in terms of delicious. It was a delicious beer, and it's gone, and it's not coming back, and I'm sad.
It's tough. It's tough.
My second one is for the first time ever, the Xbox is about to have a good baseball game. MLB The Show is finally showing up on Xbox now. We're 3 weeks into the season. Why has the game not been fucking released yet? Like, what?
FIFA is that way too. FIFA does that too.
Why does the game? Well, yeah, but soccer is year round though. It's weird. Like it's always.
But it's still like you're like it's the middle. It's like we're a month and a half into a season. Release this.
But also different things.
I want the new jerseys.
Different leagues start at different times. There's all this. FIFA is a year round game, so that makes sense because it encompasses like 19 different leagues. This is one league. Like fucking basketball games. Basketball games come out before the basketball season. Football games come out before the basketball. We're recording on, what is this, the 14th?
April 14th, yes.
The game doesn't come out till the 20th. So we're going to be 4 weeks into the baseball season.
Bro. 420.
Oh, it does come out 420. But the game is going 4 weeks into the season before it releases.
You're going to try and get your
high
scores, am I right? Am I right, fellas?
No, I wish I miss it, but I am going to. So here's the thing. Now that Springer's not on the Astros, I guess I'm going to create a center fielder.
Can we come with a name?
I mean, the name is going to be Pat Dion playing center field for the Houston Astros.
See, do you have go-to like made-up names you go with?
Dick or Richard McJerkin.
No, I always go with like Peter Clavin is my go-to. That was Paul Rudd's character. And
no, I've always just created myself.
I always like Dolph Marlin because Dolphin Marlin is the real name of him. But
maybe who I create, even though he didn't play centers, maybe I create Bo Jackson. Just an absolute speed freak that hits massive 500-foot home runs.
I used to do on FIFA, like you could make your guys really fat, and I would make the fattest guy ever with like super long, like mullety hair, and I would name him Dino Beckham.
I could create Kenny Powers.
Yeah, Kenny Powers would be good.
Cool, because I figure I'll make one where it's because I'm definitely getting it. I'm gonna make one that's a position player and then one pitcher. But the pitcher I will definitely make
pitcher.
Me.
I hardly know her.
No, I've tried to pitcher and they never take the pitch. But what are you gonna do?
Well, Johnson does.
Yeah. So just why release the game 4 weeks into the season? It should be ready for opening fucking day. The only good thing about this though is like when you start a game and you join a team opening day, like before the season starts, and your team is supposed to be bad and you join them and all of a sudden they actually turn out to be like pretty good.
Great.
Yeah, the roster's never accurate. 4 weeks into it, you start to get an idea of what the roster is. So that works. My last one is that, all right, not only is my camera better on my iPad than my laptop, or iPad than my laptop, apparently connection's better too, because since I switched onto the iPad
Dude, just sell your laptop, get a MacBook. Yeah, it's worth the cost.
Well, first of all, I think I'm gonna return it because I got a Chromebook. That's all I got. Just figured it's a laptop. It'll work. Why? MacBook. This is 5 years newer than this iPad. Why can it not connect to the internet as well?
When people are acting like Apple is not superior, get the fuck out. Apple is superior.
I'm not getting a MacBook. I'm not spending.
Not to pour shame, but Apple is clearly. If it's something you use all the time, get the best quality version of it, dude.
But it's not. I don't have $900 to spend on a fucking MacBook. Dude, and if I did, I wouldn't spend it. And if I did, and I'm not good at gambling. That's why I don't have $900 to spend.
Sell a fucking kidney, dude. There's so much money in kidneys these days.
Like I've looked up, I can get a 2010 MacBook for like $300, which is what I spent on this brand new
probably just
computer.
As good.
This is like a 2015 iPad, and it's
probably
better than this. So like I think
what we've learned is like everything that isn't Apple is obviously not as good.
I can't do it tomorrow because I'm going out of town. Maybe I do it before I go out of town. I think I'm just gonna go return this laptop because it's shit. I knew it was shit when I bought it.
He's gonna have the worst connection ever next week, Robert. I almost called you Roger for some reason. That was weird.
Or honestly,
I've watched a lot of American Dad, and and Roger's pretty funny in American Dad.
Here's actually the thing. I'm actually not going to. I'm just going to go back to streaming on my iPad and using my laptop like I'm doing right now. I'm actually using a working laptop to prop up my iPad because streaming.
Get the MacBook. It's
streaming. No, it's not. You want to you want to give me the money because I don't fucking have it.
Hey, I'm streaming on a MacBook right now, and it is working flawlessly.
Yeah, you can also afford to go to fucking hospital or doctors. We all ain't millionaires that can afford to go to fucking.
No,
doctors,
I can't.
Okay?
I just have insurance.
Oh, millionaire. Okay. No, dude, I'm actually probably gonna keep it though because it streams great. Like I stream hockey through NHL TV. Like
you just can't stream podcasts ever.
Apparently, which is weird. Like streaming live sporting events works fine. Zoom can't handle it. Not with this technology.
Dude, that would be the best computer to have. Like if you did a job that like you had to work from home with, because you'd just be like, I'm out. Sorry, I'll be working via email for the rest of the day, forever.
Honestly, sometime soon though, I want to try and load up StreamYard again just to see if for some reason it works better on the laptop. I don't know why it would.
Have you, Robert? Have you got the V word? Have you vaccinated yet?
I have not.
You have not. I just know that Sam had.
Sam
I don't know
did.
if
Yeah.
that's a spoiler. I didn't know if y'all did it together. I was like, yo,
No.
I feel like because look, I would say we are closer to being back in person doing the podcast than we are not closer to doing that, wouldn't you?
No, that's why Robert is putting off getting the vaccine because he does not want to see us.
Do you hate hanging out with us? Is that it?
No, Sam's sister.
100%.
Sam's sister.
I'm not like I don't give a fuck if you get the vaccine or not. I was just fucking with you, but like I was just wondering that. And I was like, if we all get it, like I feel like we're good, right?
I'm so ready to be back.
Sam's sister works at a hospital and she had like a +1.
Oh yeah.
That's how I got it. Does she work at one of the Memorial Hermans?
I don't know which one she works at.
Because they've got
most
it.
Hospitals are that way.
That's how I got it. They've got like a friends and family thing that does it, and my best friend's brother-in-law. I mean, he's my friend too. It's actually not easier to explain it that way. That's just the way I keep saying it. But he works at Memorial Hermann, and he messaged me. He was like, "Dude, take this link, sign up, get your vaccine." I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And I was scheduled for like 3 days from then.
Are you weird? Like I'm like weird about like the dates I want to go. Like I want to go on like a Friday to get it because it's like I just don't want like a weird reaction and like I just don't want to be like tired as shit and they have to like work the next day, you know?
Well, I signed up for a Tuesday morning because that's a day that or time that I'm already off.
Yeah, no, okay. I mean that makes sense, but it's like there's like I'm not saying that people don't have the reactions, like but there's people like I feel like are the biggest fucking babies about like, oh, I have a headache. And it's like, yeah, dude, like I mean, you probably got a little bit of COVID in you, man. Like that's what happened.
I felt weird for the next couple hours. Okay.
I'm not saying you don't feel weird. And I know that like it's different with everybody, but it's like there's people that's like they seem like they like dying when they got a vaccine. Like I feel like just go to sleep, like take a nap.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's just somebody that hasn't had the vaccine that's telling you how to feel, like I'll go fuck myself.
No,
but like still.
No, you're completely fine. I had no reaction to mine whatsoever, but not feeling good and still going to work is what being an adult is. Especially when you just got a vaccination.
It's like the world of Facebook where it's like, dude, I don't need you to update me on how you feel after the vaccine every 14 seconds. Like this is your 15th post 2 hours after you got the vaccine. I don't need to know.
I've got a slight
and it's like,
headache,
Alex, just mute him. And I was like, I
woozy,
should. You're right. This is me bitching when I could easily just avoid this.
Like you know when you update people on how you're feeling from your vaccination is when they ask. If they don't ask, shut the fuck up. I didn't post
on this podcast. I will tell you guys when I have it on the podcast. I don't plan about posting it. I don't plan on I don't plan on telling Twitter. I'm not going to post my vaccine card. I don't give a shit if you do. Like I have no problem with it, but it's like, I don't care. You guys don't need to like Twitter doesn't need to know that I got vaccinated.
I sent a picture like when I got my card. I sent like when I'm sitting there for the 15 minutes that they tell you to sit there for. Took a picture of it, sent it to my group chat. Was like, got the vaccine, boys. And one of them was like, well, I won't be sending a picture of my card because it's unsafe, but I'll let you guys know when I get it. And I was like, shut the fuck up, Scott. Like, yeah, it's unsafe. People could steal it and then use that.
You blurred out my serial number, so now I can pretend I had your vaccine, right? Like, okay, that's like when they make you go through all those like hoops to like pay your bill, and it's like, dude, if somebody wants to log in to my Comcast and pay my cable bill, let them. I don't give
Yeah.
a fuck.
But it's like, I was like, dude, nobody's stealing your identity or your card in here. In this chat, in our group chat of friends, like, yeah, don't post it to Facebook or Twitter. Don't do that. That's kind of unsafe. But in this chat, it's people that have already gotten it, and then like 2 dudes that refuse to get it. One because he straight up does not trust the government, because he's one of those, and one because he's like,
I mean, I'll tell you, Joe Biden's America.
I'm not. And one of them is just straight up like, I'm not going to put anything in my body that was a fast track vaccine that has not fully been tested. And I'm like, dude, yes, it has. Oh no, they cannot fully test it in a year. I'm like, it's based off a vaccine that they've been testing for 10 years already. God damn it! God damn it! God damn it,
All
you
right,
asshole!
Dr. Phil.
It's like, no, I just and then God, this was the worst when the Johnson & Johnson news came out. Oh, look, surprise that something that they didn't fully test is causing blood clots in people. I'm like, 6 out of 6 million.
6 people, yeah.
That could just be a variation of their goddamn genetics that is causing it. We don't know. You asshole.
And like, hasn't he heard like any like medication ad? Oh, this medication can also cause this, and this, and this.
Every medication ad is like, also maybe suicide. I don't know, death. And you're like, that seems a lot. Like, as they're jumping through like a garden, and you're like, hey, okay. Like,
I mean, he also just doesn't trust the government, which is not in the way the other guy doesn't. He's just a little crazier.
Watched the Hunger Games, I sort of get it.
But he's just like, I'm just going to wait like 8 more months, a year till this stuff is fully proven and tested. We see what the results are on people. I'm like, the results you're going to see is that the people that have it aren't getting COVID anymore. That's the results you're going to
remember in the very beginning when like when anybody would get like, and I'm just speaking personally from like Facebook, where it's like you have the people that are just overshares about everything. Like they act like they're the first person that's ever gone through it. Like
like my cousin
when we go to Mars
fight with his wife on Facebook.
Oh,
yeah,
that's fun. That's fun too. It's like, can't you guys just talk to each other like across the living room? Like, I don't know.
No, they're posting from across the living room, shit talking each other on Facebook. I'm like, y'all shouldn't be married.
He's a Democrat. I'm a Republican. Boy, boy, do we get into some spicy debates.
No, they're just remember both when
COVID
idiots.
was like when it first started, when we had the lockdowns and stuff, it was like anybody that got it, they wanted to be like, guys, just wanted to say COVID is no joke. It's like, yeah, man, you and every person ever that's had it now has said the exact same thing. I don't need to know that Mitch had he feels bad. I don't need to know that, dude. I don't want to get COVID. I'm fucking wearing the mask. Like, I get it. And like, now it's like, everybody needs to feel like they need to update you on how they're feeling after the vaccine. If I wanted to know, I would ask you. I will text you. I have your phone number. I will be like, yo, bro, how you feeling? I don't give a fuck. Like, if you're feeling bad, like, okay. You know, like if Robert got the vaccine today, I was like, hey, I don't feel great. Can't do the podcast. I'm like, you know what? I got you, bro. We're good. I don't think Robert would be like, hey, oh my God, I've just been feeling weak and down. And it's like, dude, you're not dying. You're fine. Just chill out.
I mean, kind of a bad analogy because some people do die from this. Okay.
From the vaccine, not from the vaccine, not from the vaccine.
No. For the vaccine. I thought you were talking about having COVID. And
no, in the beginning, everybody acted like they were the first person ever to have COVID, so they were updating Facebook on like, oh, these are the symptoms I have, and it's like, okay, whatever.
And
so, like, we're all in our own bubbles, but like with the vaccine, it's like, dude, I'm pretty sure it's okay. So like, let's just chill out. Like, I had terrible headaches and wasn't able to sleep. Like, I don't know.
I mean, I haven't been going out because I don't go out.
Yeah, really. You're antisocial mostly.
I'm a pretty antisocial person. I've got like one bar that I like to go to, and I just haven't been going because I haven't been going. I'm cheap and I don't want to spend money right now. But like, I would not have been opposed to going out for like since we opened back up. I'd be going out if I felt like it. I just don't.
Robert,
I've been grinding Call of Duty. I'm trying to reach level 100 right now. That's why I'm not going out.
Some of us have already been at level 100 because we play multiplayer. Robert, we're in I did not. Robert, we are you're not cool. I'm sorry. I feel like we talked a lot about vaccines.
Yeah, so on my birthday, I get a nice present from the city of Houston saying that I've been summoned for jury duty.
It's like the Hunger Games, basically.
Exactly.
Happy belated birthday again, buddy.
Thanks.
Happy belated birthday.
That reminds me that I got a work email that, that says happy birthday to these people 2 days ago. It was not my birthday 2 days ago. My birthday was
weeks
in
ago.
March. Yeah, like 3 weeks ago at this point. But thanks, work.
Our company's a little slow about that. They also send a lot of them like people that no longer work for the company, and it's like, hasn't been here for 2 years, but cool.
Hey, it's good to know that they actually care.
They just obviously have a list or whatever. Like you can really tell who like works from home because like sometimes they do shit and sometimes they don't. Sometimes you get the birthday emails, sometimes they don't. And it's like, oh, okay, today we sent out the birthday email because we got away from the pool.
Yeah. So I got the summons. It was supposed to be for today. So, there's a possibility I could miss like some of the podcast. But yesterday it got pushed to later this month, which I wasn't looking forward to it. But my not cool is that it did get changed, and like I was prepared for it being tomorrow.
It's just another chore.
Yeah.
You just rather get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Because you have your excuse. I work on a podcast. I work in radio. It's very likely I will accidentally talk about this.
Well, also, you have to assume these things go alphabetical, don't they? Barbosa, you'd think you're either going to get selected or dismissed very quickly.
I didn't even think about that.
I mean, I don't know if that's how it works, but like I said, you have to assume it's alphabetical. Why
Are
wouldn't
you going to try that excuse though?
No chance he tries that excuse.
I think you
probably
should.
not. I probably won't.
I feel like if you say like I work in media, like you could get away with that because they're like, I don't know.
Just be like, I hate Whitey.
Don't, because everything they can don't.
I think if Gen Z Zach could get chosen, then I could probably get chosen.
But Gen Z Zach is like
Yes.
a very like chill dude, and unless he's like pushing like his like Gen Z shit, like
I don't know.
like,
Have you seen his Twitter, Robert? I would have to assume Robert is way more even keeled. So if Gen Z can get picked, Robert can definitely get picked.
But I'm saying
Like,
Gen
Robert,
Z should have gone in
you're
more like
100%
dialed in.
gonna
I
be
feel like
on
if Gen Z if Zach wanted out, he would have been able to get out. But I think Zach was less like it's kind of cool to be on jury.
No, the only chance if Gen Z Zach can be picked, the only
Begin
chance
free
Robert
lunch.
has of getting out of jury duty is if they select the whole jury before they get to Robert. Because they'll be like, oh, this
Robert
is
is
the most
like one of the most likable people ever. Like this guy seems neutral. He seems like
Not
he's
just
got a
that,
good head
just-
on his shoulders,
yes.
which he does. So you would actually, honestly, you'd be the perfect juror.
He's just level-headed and neutral.
Where I would be like, I'm not like racist, but it's like I'm gonna make a decision really fast and I'm gonna stick to it, regardless of what it is. Like I'm gonna hear one story, I'm like, nope, guilty. Like that's it. Like I'm that guy.
You know what you need to say? That you're a big fan of Nancy Grace and you are livid that she got taken off the air.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't honestly.
No, I'm
say
saying
that.
that's a
I
Robert.
am 100%. Yeah.
I mean,
Never,
while
she was
I
never wrong about
despise
anything, was she? Except for the duplicate.
while I despise Nancy Grace, I also not violently but explosively react to news stories constantly and get very angry and scream and shout. So if I'm in the middle of this trial, when somebody says, I did it, I'm going to be like, you fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, I may drop a couple of aha. Like I'd do that a couple times and be like, oh no, oops, my bad. I'm sorry. I'll see myself out.
Just wear a shirt that says Nancy Grace is my idol. And they'll just be like, get the fuck out.
And I had to get like a business casual clothes ready. Like I don't even know what that is. Do I have any?
Collared shirt and jeans.
Do I have any business casual clothes?
We're gonna make you a custom shirt, and it just says Nancy Grace, Piers Morgan, Tucker Carlson, Protectors of Freedom.
Not juror material.
Not sure material.
No, just those three names and Protectors of Freedom.
Sam's telling me that I should go to like just casual, like t-shirt, like Astros t-shirt and like shorts. Like, and maybe then they'll kick you out. Then we're like, what if they have extra clothes for you? They make you wear these big,
Like in
frumpy clothes
school,
that don't
like here's
fit
some
you.
sweatpants and a yellow shirt. Please return this at the end of the day. It's just like a very like terribly fitted suit.
Yeah.
and a
No, that's
bolo
what you do.
tie.
They give you the oversized yellow shirt and the big gray sweatpants, and then you just look at them and go, "Are you trying to see my dick? This is inappropriate.
Oh, there you go. I feel harassed. And then like,
You're
you just, like, let
sexually
him go.
harassing me. You're not going to see this meat today."
But I guess that was it. Like, just
That does suck. Just getting that summons though, it's like so
getting
much
this-
stress. You're like, this is a chore. Now what? Now that it's moved back, it's just one more chore.
Yeah.
I feel that. I feel that for sure. I'm sorry that not cool.
I think
like,
this is
really
my
got
third
derailed
time
by
getting
Mexicans.
summoned. But the first 2 times I was in school, so I
You're
get
good.
it. Yeah.
Just chalk up one
Alright.
more thing to my white privilege.
Yeah, Pat. Maybe think about that next time.
Sir,
Um,
are you sure I'm supposed to be here? That's so fucked up.
All right. Moving on. Let's get to the answer segment. We can wrap this bad boy up. The answer segment brought to you by Little M Air Fresheners, the best air fresheners in the entire world. LittleMshop.com, LittleEMshop.com. They got new keychains. They got some awesome compact little floral mirrors for you ladies. You want to put some makeup on, never worry about being caught with spinach in your teeth again. They have some new stickers as well, and don't forget there's free shipping when you spend $10 or more. They have the best air fresheners on the planet. If you're driving around with one of those little stupid fucking trees hanging from your rearview mirror, take it down, throw it away responsibly. We don't mess with Texas. We don't throw it out the window. Maybe throw it down in your passenger side floorboard, then throw it out when you get to the next gas station. When you get home, order a Little M air freshener, littleemshop.com. They are the best air fresheners in the world. I promise you will not regret it. LittleMshop.com, LittleEMshop.com. Give them a follow on Twitter, Instagram, Little M Shop on Instagram, Little EM Shop on Instagram, and Little M Tweets on Twitter. Let them know you're supporting the people supporting the podcast. Little M Air Fresheners, the best air fresheners on the planet, and the sponsor of this week's Answers segment.
Well, if you just answered the question, why just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question.
Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Any questions?
All right, our first question, as all of them do, come from Twitter usually. Hashtag PTG Answers at PassGradePod. I'm at Alex J. Middleton. Pat's at NotPatDN. Robert is at Robert Barbosa03. You can also email them to us. Answers at PassGradePod.com. Although we check Twitter first, that's the easiest way to get to us. Hashtag PTG Answers at PassGradePod on Twitter. Our podcast son, Skylar Lester.
Oh my God, it's Skylar!
At OMG, it's Skylar on Twitter said, how is it that Wall-E came out in 2008 and people are still littering?
Because there's people like me and Robert that never watched the movie.
Yeah, I guess that's dude. Wally's such like a likable little dude, though. He's like
I know. I plan on watching it. I just for 13 years, I've just never gotten around to it. They came out in 2000. It's been 13 years and I never watched that movie. Holy shit!
It's because of Pat and Robert not watching it. 100% is the reasoning.
Is it on Disney Plus?
Probably.
I don't know.
Go
Let's
watch it,
see.
dude. Wally's a dope movie, dude. Watch Wall-E.
I need to. I know.
Moving on. Our next question. I know we've gone forever, Robert. I'm sorry. Gen Z Zach Woodruff at Salsa 6800 says, since Earth is the third planet from the sun, does that make every country a third world country? Luis was really upset with Zach asking that question, but like he was like, I don't think you know the difference between planet and world. I think they're kind of the same thing.
Yeah, when he said that, I was like, I don't know the difference between planet and world.
If we are literally all third world countries. Like we are
it's
the
a
third world
country-
from the sun.
It's a country on the third world. It's a third world country.
Absolutely. Every country is a third world country.
Yes.
Until
Without a doubt.
another fucking planet moves in between us and the sun. Like, yeah. The United States is a third world country.
Without a doubt. Without a
Right?
doubt.
Is it? Am I thinking too much into it? Or am I not thinking
No.
enough into it?
No, I think Luis is overthinking it. It's a third world. All of these are countries from the third world, aka a third world country.
What I love about Zach, who's obviously like a very, very, very clear front runner of the Rookie of the Year award right now, like he got sassy too when Luis was going back and forth with him, and he was just like, I don't remember adding you, and I was like, oh, rear. Like Zach's got a little feisty. That's what I like about him.
Zach's
like
got
about
a little bit of a wild streak to him.
Zach does. But that's why we love him here at Passive Gravy.
I want to have beers with him.
Kenya Valdez. Some were saying she is also in the running of Passive Gravy's Woman of the Year. People are saying that. Her, Danielle Weston, a couple other people as well. But Kenya definitely in the discussion. Kenya says, does North, East, South, and West even exist in space? Ooh. Like, obviously we have like, because don't you have the magnetic pull of the Earth is like, which shows a compass, but like once you're outside of the Earth, like there's no magnetic pull. I would assume north, it's like north is whatever is up on Earth, right?
No. And here's what will actually fuck you up even more. There's no up or down in space either.
Yeah, there is.
No, there isn't.
Yeah, there is.
No, there isn't.
Gotta be.
No, what we perceive as north in relation to other planets, if they were to fly to us, could actually be south. There is no north or south.
Crazy.
Like it's just the way we perceive it. Now, once you get into space, if you close your eyes and just do a somersault and then stop yourself, you have no idea what direction you're facing. There is no up or down in space. Space is just space. It is space. It's the final frontier.
I feel there has to be a north, south, east.
There is not. Space. There is not. There is
Robert disagrees as well.
There is not.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the answer, so I'll just go with I'm outvoted. I'm not going to argue this one.
We do know the answers.
I'm not going to argue this one. Kenya, love you. Thank you for spinning that one. I'm gonna really sit back and think about that one this week. Brandon Whitehead at Brando Whitehead on Twitter. He says, if you are running from a serial killer, are you both running for your life?
I don't get this.
A serial killer would be running to take your life. So that'd be the life that they took. You would be running to save your own life. I think
it should. No. It should be pronounced, are you both running for your life?
That is what it said.
No, you said both running for your life. Running for your life means only to the person applicable.
Running for your, it said your in it.
They're both, but I'm saying you have to put the emphasis. You're both running for
it's not
your.
It's not like a YOU apostrophe RE.
No, but I'm saying the emphasis.
I crushed the your that was used. I think I grammatically spelled it correctly.
No, I'm saying you need to put the emphasis, because if you just say you're both running for your life, you're both running for your individual lives. If you're both running for your life, you have to add that emphasis to where
I still think it's the same thing.
Both people are running for.
I feel like it's the same thing.
Your life.
See, now you're overthinking it.
What I interpreted it as was that it's like, radio is Alex's life. And so like the serial killer's life is killing. And so that's his life. And then you are actually
you definitely overthought this. You way overthought this.
Yeah,
Alex.
That's also I would say that is over the it's like he's running for your life, but you are also running for your life as well. Like I'm trying to outrun you so I can live my life. He's trying to outrun you so he can take your life. So yes,
I would just say that
think Brandon's
that
right.
These colors don't run. All right, I stand my ground.
Well, then you'd get stabbed to death, or shot, or whatever the serial killer is trying to do. Whatever his method is,
or more likely, I protect my house and I protect what is mine, and I take care of them.
But you would still be running for your.
I wouldn't run.
Like I feel like
I wouldn't run.
You might run.
I mean, for like 20 yards, and then I'd just be like.
I think Brandon's right on this. I think we're gonna have to say Brandon is correct.
Hey! To whichever way you could be meaning this, yes.
That's it. We should answer every question that way.
We give you
the way that you
options.
worded it. Yes, that's how. Our final question of the week from Alexis Garcia. I feel like she's submitted like 2 or 3 in the last couple of weeks. Love having you around. We're throwing her in the Woman of the Year discussion.
I like her Garcia, Twitter name even better.
At Alexis Texas _, and it's Alexis ALEXIS TEXIS _. Alexis Texas _ on Twitter. If you guys don't know, Robert, do you know who Alexis Texas is?
Yes.
Miss Texas. She was Miss Texas.
Yeah, she went to the same college as me. That's actually true. She did.
She's definitely a model.
She's a kind of model.
Sort of a model. She's an actress.
Adult.
She's definitely an actress. She is an adult as well.
She's a pog.
She is an adult that acts.
She's a
That's where
pog.
we'll leave that. Just Google her. Alexis Garcia says lube, high fructose porn syrup. Love
You got
it.
what we're saying now, Robert?
Love it. Yes. Absolutely yes. That is maybe my favorite answers question this year. Just right on the nose. Yes. We don't need to discuss any of that. Yes, absolutely. I don't know about the fructose in lube, but I would assume it is 100% corn syrup.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a better pun with olive oil, and I can't do it. So it's
No.
definitely high fructose corn syrup.
It's definitely not virgin olive oil, if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's what it was.
Pew, 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 pew.
Shit, non-virgin olive
Nailed
oil.
it.
That's maybe what it could be. Non-virgin olive oil.
Nope, I think it's high fructose corn syrup for sure.
Yeah,
That's it.
That's just better.
That's
it's
it.
just better. It's high fructose corn
Alexis,
syrup.
You awesome. Appreciate you. At Pasquary Pod, hashtag PTG answers. That's how you submit them to us. I am at Alex J. Milton. Pat's at not Pat D. And Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. Robert, you host a podcast that comes out every Monday. A recent study suggests you can listen to it wherever you're listening to Pat Gravy, correct?
Yep, anywhere you can listen to podcasts.
And we follow at Recent Study Pod.
At a Recent
right?
Study Pod on Instagram and Twitter.
All right, go check it out, dude. They had some with the wormhole one last week. I haven't listened to this week. The wormhole, I was like, I totally relate to that. I have spent so many hours of my life stuck in Wikipedia wormholes.
Is it about worm porn?
The whole thing I was talking about with Hunger Games at the beginning of the podcast, totally a wormhole thing. It was just like, yes, Robert talked about this all last week. I get it. Great podcast, part of the Pasquary Podcast Network. A recent study suggests that's how you start your weeks. You start your week with that. You also listen to the Disappointed but Not Surprised with Addie and Alex. They have some awesome. They talked some. I think they talked some true crime in the last podcast of theirs. But they're talking about all the dirty stuff. Pretty entertaining stuff. We have a time machine with Andrew Green. That's also available on the Pasquary Podcast Network. We have Claret Big Blues Days on Tuesdays. You can listen to Robert. You listen to the Disappointed but Not Surprised on Mondays. Tuesdays, you listen to Claret Big Blue Podcast. Me and my friend Mike Fish, we're talking about all things soccer and football. And then obviously Pass the Gravy on Wednesdays. Time Machine with Andrew Green. Listen to that on Thursdays after you're done with Pass the Gravy. We got all kinds of podcasts, guys. Weekly D podcast. Check that out. They just celebrated their 100th episode, so shout out to them. But the Pass the Gravy Podcast Network, guys. We got some fire podcasts. Go check them out. I love all you guys for listening to us at Pasquary Pod, at Alex J. Middleton, at not Pat Dan, at Robert Barbosa. Please give us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you're listening to us. Share us with a friend. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. If you have the subscribe button hit already, unsubscribe, resubscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe again. Just make sure you're subscribed to us. We got to get those subscriptions up. We love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, for listening to us rant about vaccines and whatever we rant about. But we love you guys. Y'all are the best. Until we talk to you guys next week. Pass the gravy. Yeah. Bitches!
I caught it bad yesterday. You hit me with a call to your place. Ain't been out in a while anyway. Was hoping I could catch you throwing smiles in my face. Romantic talking, you don't even have to try. You're cute enough to